Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live on Neevesknives Live, and I am running late. Normally, I have it all set up about 15 minutes prior, but tonight, not so much. I am all ass backwards. And, man, it's been a very long week, very stressful long week, but that's good. It's good for everybody. So it's just that time of the year, and I'm happy about it. It's okay. But I am late mailing stuff out and things like that. And I hope everybody's being patient with me. I am going to have everything that needs to be mailed out tomorrow night for early Monday morning mail. So anybody's stuff that I have that they know they're supposed to be already sent out, it will be tomorrow morning. And there's just nothing I can do about it. We have lots of family over and they're staying and all kinds of stuff. Regardless, though, we're going to have an awesome live. Hey, Amy. Hey, sweetheart. I actually seen Amy the other day. How's Jared? It's going, man. It's going, Vinny. Vinny, it is going. It happens, Shane. It happens. It's life, right? It's life. I think it's good that we have challenging weeks and things like that. Keep us on our toes. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Oh man, what's up, Ed? Waiting for the lives to start is almost as bad as waiting for knives to arrive. Same here, man. I was actually really late, man. I was pushing it by the minute. Like I'm sitting here struggling because I set up so fast. I didn't even have my mic set up. I didn't have my camera set up. So when I hooked it up, I was on the wrong audio, the wrong camera, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, how to turn it on and everything. Oh man. But how is everybody else doing, or how are you guys doing? We got some knives to talk about, and we got some sharpening to talk about. We're going to talk about sharpening angles. I had a really good question from somebody, well, a two-part question, and I'm going to pull up a sharpening system to help explain it, but we're going to talk about how do you figure out what angle to put on what knife. That's one thing. Then how to sharpen tantos on a fixed angled system. I've taught how to sharpen tantos freehand, and I'll talk a little bit about that too, but we're going to talk about on a fixed angled system. How do you do that? We're also going to talk about how to match angles and different grinds, and like if you have an issue where maybe the bevel's not the same size, but you feel, or it should be the same angle. What's the problem? What can you do? We'll talk about that too. As people roll in here, don't forget to hit the like button. I would appreciate it, and I know the algorithm appreciates it because we are low on the algorithm now. But hey, you guys, I don't know if you guys seen that video I just posted. The massive unboxing, interesting knives or something like that. So Todd, awesome dude, he's been sending me knives, and he sent me one of the biggest boxes of knives I think this is like the biggest box of knives I've ever had. 6 parts is how many it took. 6 parts. I could not do it all in one video. If I did it all in one video, it would have been like a 2-hour video. So I cut it up into 6 different segments. So awesome unboxing. Knives I've never even heard of. Knives I've heard of but never gotten a chance to check out. And like when I did the unboxing, it's not like I picked which ones to do for which segment. So I was just going through the boxes that were coming out. It basically was all in one session. It's just I broke it up into 6 for the video. It's great to see it's great to see some of the small channels are practicing going live for knives live. Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too, or I might as well say it now. So guys, don't forget December 3rd is when the 24-hour live starts for knife rights. We're trying to raise money and awareness for knife rights, and also trying to help out some of the smaller channels, but mostly it's for knife rights. Now, if you donate to knife rights, $10 or more, each $10, you get an entry into a massive giveaway. Lots of companies are giving away. I've got Kaiser sending me stuff, and Mojave Outdoors is sending me stuff. I'm probably going to just send something along too. But then also on the day of the video when I go live, because I'm going to go live, and then I'll tell you guys what channel is next. I'll give you the link and everything else. I'll probably do a giveaway on my live too, just to do it. Even though it's not about that, it's about the giveaway that Knife Rights is doing. It's about the entries. You're going to want to take pictures of your entries, you know, and just know every $10 you got an entry. So we're trying to raise money for Knife Rights. Remember, guys, Knife Rights is a lot of times you just think you have them, right? That's not how it works, man. Everybody knows there's places in this country that have the most ridiculous knife laws, and the only way to fight them is with Knife Rights. Knife Rights goes to court, goes and, you know, figures out where the laws are lacking or where they need help, and they fight that fight for us. So, and if you guys don't know, Doug Ritter is the founder of Knife Rights. So it's kind of like, you know, every time you buy a whole Ritter RSK MK1, that helps with the Knife Rights. Jared, oh, where'd it go? Did y'all know when you skip the ads on Jared's video, he gets no ad revenue? Stop skipping, dummies. Oh man, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. When you guys, if you guys do see the ads, if you guys click on them, it does benefit the channel, and I do appreciate it if you guys do that. Watching them also works too, but if you want to just get rid of it, just click on it and then click off. Maurice is in the house. He's back. What's up, Maurice? Where you get those moves? Hey, man. Secrets, man. Secrets. Welcome, Maurice. Maurice is back. Thank you for the donation, Maurice, as always. So let's get into some of this talk, some of this knife talk. First of all, I want to talk.
I'm sorry, you said you're getting into wife
talk? What's up, baby?
Wife talk, right?
Wife talk, wife talk.
Neeves Wives, isn't that the name? Oh, wait, that sounds weird. That sounds like you have multiple wives.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Neeves Wives.
He's married to the knives. He's married to the knife life.
I just wanted to come say hello and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy New Year's and Christmas.
Yeah.
All the good stuff, all the holidays.
All that stuff. And thank you, Maurice and Shane and everyone who supports this lovely man.
All of them.
That I call my
all
husband.
of them.
And I want you all to know that I love this man very much, and to please be nice to him because he's sensitive.
Is he?
Yeah, a sensitive little heart.
Okay. All right.
I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Have a good night.
All right, baby. So first off, I want to start off before we get into the angles and talking about that. I did sharpen up the Miguron because remember, we don't have a lot of experience with Miguron's M390 yet. We got a little bit from the Pagos and the Centaurion, but also with the S90V too. So I did sharpen up this thing took a nasty edge. What's it called? The Curix, the Miguron Curix, and man, it took a ridiculously sharp edge, felt really good on the stone, which is actually kind of surprising because I'll be honest, I don't have, and I'm not trying to bash any new starting company whatsoever, but I don't have any like high expectations of any new, and it's not like they're brand new, but they're not an older company. They haven't been doing this for a very long time, but they have been doing it for like 2 years now or something like that. But anyways, working with M390 and S90V can be tricky. It can be, even some of the best companies have trouble with it. So I didn't have my highest expectations, and I have not done a controlled cut test or anything like that. However, sharpening it took a nasty sharp edge. It really did. Now, that also corresponds, or if that's a good word for this, with their DC53 steel. That steel also, man, it felt like it had a really good heat treat. Now, they said they're heat treating in between, like, was it 58 and 60 or something like that? I don't know that steel to know what's good for that steel. On paper, it says it can be heat treated up to 64. Does that mean it should be for knives? Maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, the only way we would know is from trial and error and other heat treaters maybe testing it and so on and so forth. Anyways, but this M390, man, felt really good on the stone, sharpened up really good. It'll whittle a hair. Like, it is nasty sharp. Now, I do have to test it out and see how it acts during cutting, because the one thing I'm worried about is now the edge stability. I have no idea how that's going to do, but we will find out. Janik. Sorry, I seen Jacob for a second. Janik, just want to hear the bell. Thank you for the 10 bones, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Janik. So I want to talk about Kubi knives just really quick. This will be just a really quick one. So Kubi knives, man, they're new models, the brand new models in particular. Oh shit, my camera's going crazy on me. Shane, hit it again. Thank you, man. Thank you, Shane. You're awesome, man. Ding, ding, ding. These new Kubis, I told you guys I'm going to do the video of who did it best, right? Who did it best? I'm trying to figure out who did the best D10s. I'm struggling to find out like who did the best D10s, because a lot of companies are doing good D10s. I think it might be Kubi. I really do, because, so when I first messed with Kubi a couple years ago, there was a couple knives I was like just like blown away with on their D10s. But then I tried a bunch of other knives and it was like they were okay. They weren't like, some of them were great, some of them were okay, some of them were not so okay. But I've noticed a big difference in their budget knives. Holy cow. The last 5, 6, 7 knives, all of them consistently have perfection D10s. And what really made me notice it, Maurice again. Thank you, Maurice. Don't get started, Maurice. We know how Maurice gets in here. So what really made me feel the difference, and I hate to do this, man, because I love Civivi so much. I do. I love Civivi. Everybody knows I love Civivi. And it's probably some of my most recommended knives. And if you ask me what's my most recommended knife to anybody, especially as a gift, it would be a Civivi Elementum. However, grabbing one of their Civivi's or Suncut's new knives and smacking that detent, it's a good detent. It's good. But I can't help but grab this one and feel a massive difference. Almost where I want this one to have that detent. Like, I just want to swap this detent over there, or the strength of the lock bar, because that break on their detent is so crisp. It's just a perfect break. Now this one, I'm not saying it's bad. It's okay, but you don't get that and the flipper tab, the way they have this flipper tab, it would be so perfect to have this detent from this one. Just that really strong break it'd be so awesome. But yeah, I'm not saying right now that Kubi is getting that, but it's hard to beat them right now. And that goes for all the knives under $100. And it's even more impressive when it's like it's a $50 knife and you're looking at an $80, $100 knife, and it's like they couldn't even do that. They didn't even do that. How's the coating on the Curix holding up and on the Valona? Because I'm waiting on my Curix to come. Okay, so the Curix, they're I know they're the same coating, but they... Gregory! Thank you, man. Happy holidays. What's a good angle to sharpen a chisel edge like on Emerson CQC? We are going to talk all about edge angles and sharpening here in just one moment. I'm just letting people roll in, and then we're getting right to some angle talk, because that's a pretty important topic. I mean, when you really think about it, the edge angle is some of the most important thing on the knife. I mean, well, even just thinking about a blade, what's the most important thing on the knife? The blade, right? The cutting edge, the steel, the blade. So what's doing the cutting? The edge, the angle. That's so important. It's such an important thing. Now, the coating on this, so far it's been good. Okay, it's not a bad coating. However, I don't have like the highest expectations for it. This one seems to be a little bit more stonewashed. Like when I look at it, it has almost a cloudiness to it, where this one is like a dark, heavy coating, kind of like Kaiser's. So I would expect the Valona to scratch way before the Curix. But they both seem pretty good. But yeah, you can expect the coating, any coating, unless if it's a DLC. DLC is about the best you can get. And actually, that's word of the day. We're going to talk about some DLC versus PVD here in just a moment. That's word of the day. What's up, dummy? Bees Blades is in the house. Shout out to Bees Blades. Go and follow his channel. Awesome channel. So where was I? I don't even remember now. But yeah, it does seem like it's a pretty solid coating. I do have one little tiny issue with this knife I'll talk about in the review, but I'm loving it. I am liking this one quite a bit. And their steel, like I said, it's surprising me. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to have great controlled edge retention. I don't know, right? But as far as sharpening, it went very, very well. Sub to Bees Blades. Thank you, Fiend. All right, so remember, guys, do not miss this unboxings that are coming up because they're going to be right in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I just posted number 1 today, and you guys might have seen this is the first time I've ever got to experience the Espada. This thing's insane. I seriously, like, just getting, as soon as I turned off the camera, you know, I'm sitting there doing this shit. Like, I'm wanting to go outside and go chop some stuff. Oh, man. It's like I want to put my my kukri in one hand and the Espada in the other and just run through the woods. Just, man, it brings out, how can I explain it? It brings out the kid in me that also brings out the, I don't know, the jungle ninja. I don't know. You know how a kid, you know, their imagination is. It brings out my childhood imagination. You finally found a knife bigger than the Slash. The thing is a beast. I never realized how, I mean, I knew it was going to be solid just from what other people said about it, but damn it, it is a solid knife. All right. You mean you don't do that? I don't know. I actually wound up cutting myself in that unboxing. I opened up a knife and I went to go like this, and the edge just bit me perfectly. Right, a pocket sword. You're like Ralphie with the Red Ryder BB gun. Right. You're gonna poke your eye out. Knife would be the spot to be uniform approved. Dude, I would like just opening things up like that. Just, it's hard not to smile, not to enjoy. Even Kara, right? I showed it to Kara. She opens it up and she takes off running with it. Like, not open, but she takes off running with it because she wants to go show her family. Like, you know, it's just something that makes you smile. All right, let's get to some angle talk. All right, so first, and I did bring the work sharp because I know a lot of you guys have this system. So I did bring this now. Remember, this has nothing to do with the video I have coming up. I have a really good video coming up on this system with a bunch of really cool attachments, including the stone holder attachment, so you can get any stone. There's bases for this, so you don't have no more rocking or moving. I got an entire clamp that'll clamp it right to a table. I got a scissor piece where you can sharpen scissors, like all kinds of attachments. So don't miss out on that. Now, one thing before we really talk about edge angles, one thing that might be good for you guys to get if you're using a fixed angle system is a digital angle finder. These things, they're not that much money. You get a magnetic one, and then when you're doing your angle, what you can do is you can find out and make sure that if you switch stones, like say if I want to switch from the diamond stones that Work Sharp gives me to my Veneve stones, I can do that because I can just set it up, let the stone hit my edge, turn it on, let it hit the rod, and I check my angle. And then when I flip it, obviously, I make sure it's close. Now, if it's off by one of the small numbers, you know, it's not that big of a deal as long as you're right there in that ballpark. Because remember, these things are very touchy. So the tiniest little movement will throw it off by a little tiny bit. But that number's not a big deal as long as the main number, the big number, is on point. Anyways, but it allows you to switch stones. It allows you to do that, and you can make sure that, like, say if you're doing the belly or say a tanto, you can make sure that the tanto angle is going to be the same on both sides. It's very important, and I do recommend these big time. Now, if you're not worried about matching angles and you're just like, man, I'm just fucking sharpening. No, it's not that big of a deal. You're still going to get a ridiculously sharp edge. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out as long as you don't care about maybe how it looks, right? Because some people don't. I mean, in all reality, it's not that big of a deal, meaning it's not going to affect your cutting too much. Like say if what I mean is if your angle is off a little bit from one side to the other, it's not going to make a horrible difference in your cutting performance. Now, if it's a big difference, yeah, of course, but you know, being off by a degree or two isn't that big of a deal, but it definitely can change the way it looks. One side will be bigger than the other. Now, first off, how do we know what angle to put on what knife? So first we're going to start off by how do you know what angle is on the knife? Because that's kind of important, because you can't say like, oh, I want to put a 15-degree angle on there, right? And you don't even know what angle's on there already. Then you wind up putting a 15-degree angle and your bevel's all the way up to here. You got a bevel this big going across a blade that's only this tall. You don't want that. So what you do is you get your knife and clamp it in there. It's nice when, especially for these clamp systems, if they have a flat. If they don't have a flat, that's where the digital angle finder comes in, because you might be off from one side to the other if you're clamping a knife that does not have a flat spot. And what I'm talking about, let me get something that's very apparent. Okay, so you see how this has this flat spot up here? That's a good place to clamp, right? Now, if I don't have this flat and say it's a full flat grind like this knife, where there doesn't really have a flat spot up here, the clamp, when it clamps down on the blade, it might shift it a little bit. So that's where that digital angle finder will come in hand. So you can make sure that if it is off a little bit, you can change it, you can match it, you can adjust it, and then strengthen the clamp a little bit. Now, there is ways to use some tape around the spine. You can do that. You can take a little tape, buckle it around the spine right here, and make a flat spot. Yes, you can do that. If you want to take the time to do that, it's not that big of a deal. Just use some duct tape or whatever tape. Now, once you got your knife clamped, and you're trying to find the angle that's on the knife, remember, this is you're going to sharpen. You don't want to do this unless if you're already planning on sharpening, basically, okay? So you let the stone get on the edge, and you raise it up until it looks like it is the same angle as your edge bevel. When you see the flat part of the stone is laying flat on your edge angle, as close as possible. Are you going to be perfect? No, just get it as close as possible. Then once you get it as close as possible, now you're going to just give it a little scratch, just a little scratch, right? And then look at it. Then see if it's hitting the entire edge bevel. If it's only hitting the tip of the apex, meaning not the top of the edge bevel, just the tip of the apex, well, your angle is too high. So now you have to lower it. So don't adjust it a lot, because remember, you were pretty close already by eye. So if you're only hitting the very, very tip of the edge, lower it. Now, If you're hitting the back of the edge, you're probably too low, especially if you're trying to match the angle. Now, is it that big of a deal? No, you can just run with it. Like if it's only hitting just the top of the edge bevel, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you're trying to just match it, you want it to perfectly, basically, lay the grip pattern right on top of the edge bevel. And I mean on the flat part of the edge bevel. But remember, if it only hits the top, like you see just a line on the top of the edge bevel, that means that angle is a lot lower than the angle that's on the blade. So if you sharpen at that angle where it's only hitting the top of the edge bevel, you're going to have a lot bigger edge bevel. You might want that, but just know that's what that means. So if you do want to match it, now you're going to have to raise it a little bit because you're a little too low. Anyways, so, excuse me. What angle should you put on your knife, right? What angle should you put on? Now, there's no set number because there's so many different styles of knives. So the way I would look at it is that most knives, not all, because Spyderco is far different. Spyderco's edge angles are like 15, they're like 15 degrees or something like that. With like a 22 degree micro bevel, something like that. Anyways, most knives come with about 22.5 degrees. That's usually what it's at. If you go right around 20 degrees per side, you're gonna be fairly close to the edge bevel that's on your knife. It'll be probably a little bit lower and a little bit slicier, but it'll be a nice tough edge. You'll have a nice tough edge. 20 degrees is a good angle. It's nice and slicey, and it holds a good amount of toughness. And the reason why factories like 22.5 is because it's tough. They don't have to worry about you thinking your edge is chippy because it's going to be a tough edge while still being able to cut fairly well. However, it's not going to cut as good as a 17 degree edge bevel. So if you're wanting it to be very slicey, then I always say 17 degrees. 17 degrees on most knives, on the majority, is going to be pretty good. Now, on some knives, if it's very thick behind the edge, your edge bevel is going to be very large. Remember that. It's going to be. However, it's going to be very slicey. Now, the lower you put your angle, you're losing toughness. So the higher your angle, the higher your toughness goes, the tougher the edge, the more it can take. But the lower, it's you just think about it like this, the lower you put your angle, the more acute it's getting. So you're stretching out that apex, and then the higher you're going, the more, you're making it just tough. Now, I always say between 17 and 20 degrees is a good edge angle on a pocket knife. 17 to 20 degrees. 15 degrees is extremely slicey, very slicey. Now, you're not going to get the toughness, but what you can do is put a micro bevel. You can put a micro bevel, it'll bring up the toughness. So when you look at your edge and you're trying to figure out what edge angle should you put on it, like I said, it's going to come most likely, not always, most likely right around 22.5 degrees. Sometimes it's 25 degrees, but right around there. Like Benchmade loves a high angle. Theirs are like, in a lot of cases, like 25 degrees, 30 degrees. So on each side. So because they want it to be tough. Now, and it's thicker behind the edge usually. When you're deciding, you got to put in some consideration to the choil. If you lower your angle, if you don't have a good plunge grind, if your plunge grind and you don't have a choil there, it's going to hit. Because remember, your edge bevel is getting bigger. So consider, can I make it bigger? Like without damaging anything? Look at everything and all the variables. Now, if you're not worried about it, then just go for it, you know. But if creating a smile or hitting the plunge grind or anything like that is going to bother you, then you might not want to lay the edge bevel back. Excuse me. But usually the angle isn't, as long as you keep it between 17 and 20 degrees, it's not that big of a deal. The biggest deal is once you pick 10 degrees, baby. Doing it. Yeah, don't forget to check out Knife Sergeant. Thank you, Fiend. Fiend's got my back. So 17 between 17 and 20 degrees is a fantastic angle on most pocket knives. Now, what the hell was I about to say? I was about to say something. I forget now. Fuck. Oh yeah. The biggest problem, or not problem, but your biggest thing is going to be matching the angle on both sides. So if you're freehanding, that's going to be your biggest issue. If you have a fixed angled system, it can still be an issue, like a significant issue, sometimes even more difficult than freehanding, to be honest. That's why the angle finder is very important. Now, when you have an edge bevel that you can see one side to the other, one's bigger than the other, right? You're sharpening and you're like, this doesn't match. This doesn't match. Try to, when you're working on it, try to make sure you're spending about the same amount of time on both sides, because there is the thing where you worked on one side way too long and the other side you didn't give enough love, you know, so you're removing more steel on one side. That is a thing. But if you know you're not doing that and you know you spent about the same amount of time on both sides and you're still getting those results where one side is bigger than the other. Mr. 2%, hey Jared, the US Postal, FedEx, UPS don't like posting to Australia. Would you ever think of providing an on-forwarding post for people like me? I'd pay for your time. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? You mean mailing stuff to you? Hit me up on the in the DMs if you we'll talk about it. If that's what you mean. Can you make it bigger? Bees, you're always wanting to make it bigger. So when you have one side to the other and it's not matching, you have to find out if it's your grind or is it your edge. Which one is it? Is it your sharpening or is it the knife? Because that is a thing. And you'll run into it quite a bit when you're sharpening, where grinds are not even. They're almost never perfect, first of all. Never. Almost never. But there's some that are way worse than others. There's some that literally you'll sharpen it and you'll be like, how is it this off? Like, because at the factory edge looked great. Now I'm sharpening it and it's like one side's a little tiny bevel and the other side's a big ass bevel. That's their grind. You know, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do make mistakes. And I don't even know it's a mistake, but they just, it just happens. And when they're doing it in the factory, when they're sharpening, they're just doing on a belt. So it's not like they're using a fixed angled system like this. All right. And kind of like a few weeks ago, a custom knife maker said it best. They said, when your knife winds up getting put on a flat stone, that's when all the mistakes are revealed. Right? That's when everything is revealed on how good of a grinder you really are, because it will make everything show. I've seen waves. I've literally sharpened a knife and gotten waves, like, just because that's how it was ground. So you want to find out, is that the thing? And the biggest way to determine that is whether or not you know your angle is matching. So if you can tell 100% because you have an angle cube, or however you can be positive that you have the same angle on both sides, then you know that it's most likely the grind. As long as that edge, or sorry, the angle of which you're sharpening is the exact same on both sides, and you can double check it too. Check it in multiple spots. Don't just check it in one spot and say that's good. Check it in multiple spots. And then how can you match it? Right? How can you match it? Well, there is one way. There's a couple different ways, but one particular way that I like to do sometimes if I have an uneven grind and I know it looks ugly and I want to make it look as good as possible still, what I'll do is I will work on the one side, the smaller side, a little bit longer to basically remove, because when you're sharpening this side, it's removing steel from this side too and bringing it down like that. So you can work on that side just a little bit longer and try to knock down the side that's a little bit bigger and try to even them out. But you'll have to finish sharpening like that. You won't be able to flip and then go back to that side. So you have to time it right. You have to sharpen the one side completely and then no, I have to finish on that the other side. Like I can't finish on the side with the bigger bevel. I have to finish on the side with the smaller bevel and try to remove the steel from the opposite side while sharpening. And if you just run with both, they're the same angle on both sides and it winds up being smaller on, you know, the tip area or wherever, because that's usually where it's at. But even if it's the whole bevel, I mean, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal, but it can be ugly. Oh no, what just happened? Whoa. Hello? What just happened? Shift 5? Shift. Era! You guys can hear me? I have no idea what's going on right now. Just give me a second, guys. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Did my camera go out? Hold on a second. I think I got it. I'm a genius. Fucking genius over here. Anyways, I don't even remember where I was. Tontos. Let's go to Tontos now. So, do I have a Tonto sitting there? Okay. Where's a Tonto at? No, all right, let me get a Tonto. I got one right here somewhere. Oh, there we go. There's a Tonto. All right. Tonto's on a fixed angle system. Maurice, what's up, brother? Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, Maurice. We have a bench-made mini griptilian with a Tonto, an American Tonto. Now, I'll say this. Japanese Tontos are going to be a little bit more difficult than American Tontos, or at least the ones with the rounded front ends are going to be a little bit more difficult than one with a straight edge. So, when you're sharpening, obviously clamp it, try to do all the things I already said, you know. And when you clamp too, you want to clamp in an area that gives you access to the entire edge with the stone. So clamp it in an area and try to make sure your rod can hit all these areas without having any trouble, like say hitting the thumb stud or hitting, you know, just, you know, figure out the nice clear zone. You might have to adjust it a little bit, but try to get it in a nice spot where you can clamp it really strong. Shane says you're gonna break me, Maurice. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome, man. One more belt. Just because. You guys got a free one tonight. Don't be expecting that always. Now, when we're doing Tontos, you want to, so you can do both. Zach, you son of a bitch. Zach, stop. What's up, brother? Always helping. Nicely done, Niece. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to Zach Stuff. You guys better be subbed to Zach. If you guys aren't subbed to Zach, well then unsub from me. Get over there and sub to Zach. Thank you, Zach. You're awesome, man. Maurice with the bones. So when you're sharpening a tanto, you can do so you don't obvious, or I don't know, maybe this ain't obvious. You don't want to do the whole edge at the same time like this. And I'm using a strop just so I don't have to scratch my knives. But you don't just do it like this. If you do it like this, you will round the tip that you're trying to protect. So you want to do it like basically like two different knives. So you can start off with the main edge and then move over to the other one. Now, when you go over to the other one, because I think this is going to be the trickiest part, because people are wondering, like, is it the same angle? Yes. Leave it the exact same. Just leave it how it is. Because it's going to rest on the edge differently, right? So this edge rests like that. This edge rests like this. Just rest it on there really nicely. It is a little bit at an angle. And when you sharpen it like this. Now, when you get to the edge, make sure your stone is flat on your edge. Don't let it rock. That's going to be your biggest enemy, is rocking and rolling. So keep it nice and flat. And it's almost like when you're sharpening, you're going to be using 1/2 of the stone when you're getting that tip, because you're going to want to get all the way over to the tip. Now, you can use the other side of the stone, but it most likely won't hit as good. So, and what I mean is where I'm like lining this up with this tip right here. See how I have the stone lined up right there? I'm going to be off because I'm trying to do it through a camera, but instead of doing that, you can go over it just a little bit, right? You're going over it a little bit, but you're just using the edge of this stone, the inside edge. You can do that, and it's not going to hurt the edge as long as you keep it flat, and it'll be good for it. Same thing when you get to the tip. When you get to the tip, you don't want to go like this. Doing that will round your tip. And what I mean is, like, you don't want to come off of the edge. You want to stay on the edge and use the middle of the stone or the edge of the stone with the tip, keeping it flat. This is another time when you can do this. Rocking. Don't rock. Nice and flat. Nice and flat. And then when you're doing the tip, don't let the stone go like this, and don't let it go like this. Nice and flat. Right on the tip. Now, if this is a Japanese tanto where it's rounder, you do the same thing, except for you're going to roll it a little bit like this. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you're going to roll it around like this instead of going straight, right? You're going to roll it a little bit, but the same concepts. Don't let your stone rock. Keep it nice and flat on that edge. And when you get over to the tip area, you can let the stone hang over, but don't let it rock. Let it stay flat on the edge bevel. You'll feel it. You'll see it. You'll know what I'm talking about when you're in the middle of doing it. Now, with the secondary tip, if you're working on it and you notice it's kind of moving because you worked on that area a little too long, and it's going to move a little bit because you're removing steel. But the idea is you're trying to get it to line up as close as possible to the dual grind. Usually there's a dual grind. There's not always a dual grind. But if there's a dual grind where you see that the line, if you see the lines in the grind right here, where you see the actual line going up the grind, see those lines? If you have those, you're trying to get close to those. They don't have to match perfectly. Most likely they're not going to match perfectly, but you want them close. But if you've worked on one area too long, then just go back to the other edge and work on the other edge. Because like say if I've worked on the tanto area too long and now the secondary tip is moving back this way, back towards the serrations. Well, now I need to work on this area and match it up. And you never want to work on one area too long because that will happen, right? And you're trying to line that up really good with all the sides. So work on, like, say, the biggest area first. You can even work on the tanto area first. It doesn't matter. Work on one area first, flip it over, work on the opposite side, then flip it back over, then start working on your secondary edge on both sides. You want to like kind of do them in a pattern because you want to sharpen it like it's two different knives, like it's two different edges. It is two different edges, but you don't want to treat them like the same. Now, when you blend it in, because eventually you're going to kind of have a little bit of a blending time, that's the very end. That's when you're not going to want to scrub. You're going to want to make like single strokes. And you're just going to want to do single pushes, single pushes, single push, and you have to do it a bunch of times. And if you do that at the end of every stone, it'll blend very easily at the end. So make sure you do that at the end of every stone before you flip over. Blend your scrub marks from you doing this. Blend it in. Make it nice and flat using the exact same pressure and nice and soft. And then when you're at the end and you're ready to finish, it'll be a lot easier for you to blend all your scratch pattern basically in just one solid, nice flat. Because you guys have seen it where you come off of a fixed angle system and you see where the scratch pattern looks inconsistent. It's because the pressure differences and where you're scrubbing. Hello, everybody. What I missed? Did Jared cut a bitch while I was gone? What's up, bud? Chuck is in here. What's up, Chuck it? Zach stuff. I got it. That's to Zach stuff, not to me. What's up? It's an addiction. All right. Now, when we're talking about edge angles on a tanto, or should I say with a dual grind, because when you have a dual grind, you always got to remember the thicker area is going to be bigger, your bevel, even with the same angle. I would just do the same angle, on both sides. So if it's a dual grind on, the flat area of the edge, do the same angle on both, but consider that thick area, whatever angle you choose, is going to be on the thicker area. So the edge bevel is going to be bigger. Now, like I said, with Japanese tantos, you're probably going to have a little bit harder time blending. Do I have a tanto here right now? I think I have a tanto here. I just got done sharpening. Anyways, maybe I should go grab it. But yeah, blending this tip in right here is going to be the most difficult part with those, because you're scrubbing around like this, because it's rounded. So you're going to have more opportunities to tilt. Don't tilt. That's going to be the best advice I can give you. Don't tilt. Don't let your stone go like this. Nice and flat. And if you're going like a half moon, let it do a half moon. But don't let it go like this, because now you're hitting the edge of the stone, and what'll end up happening is you'll wind up making that secondary tip rounded instead of acute. I think I'm going to build a custom rat one. That's awesome. A lot of people seem to really like doing that because it's they're very easy to get, and there's a lot of companies that'll sell you scales too, so you can just buy scales. I don't know if you're talking about just doing everything by hand or buying scales and doing all that stuff. They even sell like custom versions. I was going to talk about some Neevesknives stones, but Where their boy band tryouts today, someone's looking like they were hanging in the back streets. Gotta look good sometimes, man. Gotta look good. I live in the back streets. All right, where's my thing? This isn't my notepad. Oh, son of a bitch. This isn't it either. Dang it. I think I left it. Oh, man, I don't want to have to get up and go get it. I left my notepad. All right. I guess I'm going to have to wing it. Let's wing it. We're going to wing it now. How's things in New York, Mr. Logical? Hope all is well. Talked to Cedric and Ada today, Pete from Cedric and Ada, about possibly coming on. He did finally answer me. Shout out to Pete from Cedric and Ada. I do appreciate him answering me. I guess he's going to be on Mike Emler sometime soon, which is awesome. Can't wait to see that. But I did request it. He said yes, he would come on. It's obviously probably going to be a little while, probably the end of the year, possibly beginning of next year. But I'd love to have him on. Go get your notepad. All right, let me go grab it. No more wings. No more wings. Okay, so first thing, Olight sale. There's an Olight. So you can get a free Olight right now. If you go to Olight's site, Olight has, they do this like every year for Black Friday. You probably only have about 24 more hours to do it. But if you go in there, they just upgraded their little keychain flashlight. It's a rechargeable little keychain flashlight. It was like 100 lumens before. Now it's like 180, something like that. But you can get one of those for free. I'm not positive if you have to buy something or if you can just get it for free by entering your email and stuff like that. That's how we always did it every year. All you had to do is just give them your email. But you might have to make a purchase over $0. So if you just buy anything, you get that for free. And it's like worth like $18. So it's a badass little light though. I highly recommend them. I've got a bunch of old lights and I honestly think like I use a lot of big lights. I do like because I kind of like having the power. But those little keychain lights are probably the most useful, especially when they're bright. And those little O lights are really bright. They work really good. Seth, thank you, man. Sending some love support, brother. If I can ever get off work while sun's out to get to the post office, I still have those scales and a few knives for sharpening. Yeah, bud, no problem, man. No problem. Take care of business. Take care of business. I know how it is. No problem at all. Thank you for the donation, man. For the 10 bones. But Olights are really good. Those little tiny ones those things are awesome. They're super bright. You can recharge them. They last for a good while. You can put them on I think those ones might not go on a lower light. So it's just one setting, I think, possibly. Maybe it's two settings. I'm not positive with those little ones. We do have a couple of them. Now, Ravivan is another one. Ravivan, if you go on their site, they're going to pretend to have a sale. Don't go on their site. Go to their Amazon, not their Amazon site, but actually Amazon, and you can get like the same light that they're selling on a sale for like, I don't know, $30 or something, for like $15, $16. They have the little tiny lights or little keychain lights. These things are 650 lumens. 650 lumens. I'm talking about so bright. I mean, fucking blinding. And it's just a little tiny thing. Like it doesn't make sense how bright this thing is, man. Like, how can it throw that much light? I mean, it will blind somebody. In my opinion, it's a great self-defense light because it is obnoxiously bright. You can set the modes though. You don't have to have it on super bright, but double tap it and bam, that brightness will come out. That brightness will only last 100 seconds. And after 100 seconds, it goes down to 100 lumens. And it's not that the battery's wearing out, but it's so hot. It's doing it to cool itself off. Also, they have the glowing ones, so you won't lose it. They kind of glow a little bit, which is cool. But you can get the ones in like that just have like the metal casing. They look really cool. They look kind of futuristic. Maurice again with the donation. Half breed blades, large bush flipper. Do you think it's an affordable option to the Medford? Half breed blades, large bush flipper. I don't think I know that one. Half breeds blades, large bush folder. Check it out. We'll find out. Let's find out. Oh yeah, I've seen these before. Man, I don't know if they would be. It's hard to say, man, because I see you, cue ball. Give me a second, bud. I see you. It's hard to say because like I seen it on let me hit that. Maurice can't have all the fun. Thank you, man. Thank you, cue ball. I appreciate it, brother. These things, you know who has one of these? Pete from Cedric and Ada. I seen him test one. And yeah, it's an obnoxious, big, badass folder. I mean, it's a massive beast of a knife. I don't know. I don't know. I've never had one. I don't know. You know what? Looking at it, I'll be honest. I think it'll be more comfortable than a Medford. You can see it's contoured. Medford don't like to contour. He does not like to contour. He likes nice sharp corners and edges. I can't believe they're $495. That's crazy. Are these made in the USA? But yeah, they might be. I mean, they seem like it. They seem pretty damn tough. Let me see this really quick. We're gonna take a quick look at these. I mean, it looks comfortable. So, and it's a hollow ground blade, drop point blade. The blade shape's very similar to my one Medford. So it definitely seems like it's similar. Do I have it right here? Woo-hoo. Willow, hey bud. Thank you, man. You'll slow down. Thank you, man. Thank you. Look at this beast. It has a blade shape very similar to this one, right? And this Medford, I mean, this thing is a it's a tank, man. This thing is so damn solid. But most knives, even of this size, don't have the lock bar strength that Medford does. Medford really cranks the lock bar strength on these. Like these things almost hurt to unlock. They're very, very strong, like to lock up. But there's nothing soft about them. Do you know what I mean? That's the way Medfords are. There's nothing soft about them. They don't care about your petite little girly hands. They like sharp corners and strong lock bars, and they want you to go through some pain if you flip it 10 times. They don't want you fidgeting for sure. Unless if it's like the Slim Midi. The Slim Midi's good. But you can guarantee though when you're in, it's not gonna I mean, I haven't had no issues. I've heard of people having issues with lock failure, but if you have any lock failure, send it into the factory because it shouldn't do that. These things should be locked up very solid, and you shouldn't have no issues. Any knife can have lock failure, though. Oh, for sure. He loved the Slim Midi. Lefty loved the Slim Midi, but that knife, like I said, that's an exception to the rule for Medford. I do think Medford's coming around to 2021 lately, though, because he has been stuck in the early 2000s for a long time. And I don't mean that in no disrespectful way at all. Like, he makes killer knives. His build quality and precision is just insane. I think he makes some of the tightest tolerances. But when it comes to certain details, he doesn't do them. Like steel lock bar inserts, like chamfering, like just stuff like that. Like he doesn't round and contour things. He doesn't do any of that. He takes 2 slabs, bam bam, slaps them together, tries to get them as tight as possible. He doesn't like bearings, but he has used them recently, like the Slimity, like that new flipper knife he has, the M48. That thing's badass. So I think he's coming around. I do. And here's fucking Lefty right here. I'm gonna stick my girly foot up your ass, G-ball. Got a 2 son that refuses to lock for. Wait, hold on a second. Got a 2 son that refuses to lock for first 3 flips. Thought I had to send it back, but fixed itself. I always say that because with any knife, when you first get it, you never. That's why I almost never want to judge the action or the lockup off the first like 3 flips, because sometimes you'll go to flip it and the detent will be way different 5 times after you flip than 1 time. Did I miss a bell? Oh, Willow again. Oh no, it's not Willow. Wait, where's the donation? I already seen Willow's. Let me see. I'm going to the other side. You guys are all showing me bells. Yeah, I already got Willow. All right, I already got it. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. Here's another one for Willow. Thank you, Willow. But the flipping action can get better after the first 5 flips. So you want to kind of flip it a few times and let it kind of the detent kind of sink in, the lock bar and everything kind of, settle in, I guess. Same thing with the lock bar. The lock bar can sometimes, I've had it where like it didn't even lock up, like you just said, but then I flipped it 5 or 6 times and bam, it's locked up solid and it's perfect. So, sometimes you do want to do that. You got to understand it is going through transporting, different places, different temperatures, different elevations, all this bullshit. And not even just that. Sometimes it's just, it's put together nice and tight, and now you got it, and it just might need to just, because they do it. You got to think the tolerances of which we are wanting knives are on like NASA levels. Think about it. So, Average Joe, it was Shane. Thank you, man. Thank you, Average Joe. You miss Shane Gables? I don't see it. Shane, thank you for the donation, Shane. Everybody's telling me. I don't see it. It did not show up. I got Willow. Oh, there we go. Damn it, Maurice. Love you guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome, man. So many donations. I missed one. I love it when I miss one, because that means we got a lot of them. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, our tolerances are so tight. We got to give some of these knife companies some credit, man. I've said it the last couple lives. Like, it's not even that we're spoiled, but we gotta give them credit, man. They are busting their ass, and they are trying their asses off to make sure. And I'm not talking about all companies, obviously, but the mass majority of companies are working really hard to make things perfect. You got to think 20 years ago, they didn't care nothing about that. Like, it's crazy how far we've went. Like, literally, it's like we're pushing NASA tolerances on a lot of these knives. So when you have knives, it's kind of like even and I don't want to get into too much firearm talk, but like the old Kimber 1911s, they had that rattle to them, right? But they were known to be reliable no matter what, like just super reliable. Well, then the tolerances got super tight. I don't know if it was new manufacturing or new whatever, but then they started getting lots of jams. They started having issues from super tight tolerances because they were just too tight. And when you don't give sometimes things a little bit of play, things can break, so when you're getting to this high tolerances, I don't think it's an issue if you open it up and it's not, and you have to just open it up a few times, let the action kind of break in a little bit, let the lock bar adjust a little bit, because there's been many times I've grabbed a knife and went like this and it damn near failed. But then the next day it's as solid as a rock because I flipped it a bunch of times and the lock bar has gotten an opportunity to just break in. Because I think from the factory, yes, they should do a little spine whack test. They should do a little bit of one. But so, after they put it together, they skid it together, do a quality test control. They're not flipping it 50 times and letting it break in. That's your job. They're making sure they're selling you a knife that's supposed to lock up solid and go out the door, but it still hasn't broken in yet. So, you do want to put that into consideration. He's Knives the Bell. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys letting me know about Shane Gable. I'd hate to miss one of his donations or anybody's donations. Hey, talking. Sorry if I missed anyone. Shout out to Lefty EDC, guys. I should have said it. Shout out to Lefty EDC. Go and sub to his channel. Awesome dude in the community. I consider him a good friend. And we are, don't forget, guys, now that we have so many in here, don't forget we have the Knife Rights 24-hour live coming up. I'm going to be starting the show off at 6 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Central Time, depending on what your time zone is. And we are going to kick it off, and then it's going to go one channel to the next. So at the end of mine, I'll give you guys a link. I'll probably give it to Fiend or whoever can be in here, or I'll put it in and you guys can jump right over to the next channel. The next channel after mine is going to be OCD for EDC. And I'll give you guys the link to his channel. You guys can jump over there. It also will help smaller channels get subs. So, but not just that. It's also for you guys to donate to Knife Rights. Remember, we're only able, I promise you guys, if it wasn't for fucking Knife Rights and people fighting for our rights and liberties, we would not be able to carry a knife. I promise you, we would not be able to carry a knife. Knives would be banned, like from one side of the country to the other. If you give, them any leeway, we have to have people fighting for our rights always 24/7, and Knife Rights fights for our knife rights, obviously, and we're very blessed to have them doing it behind the scenes without you even knowing. And then all you get to do is you get to walk around and reap the benefits with your badass knives, carrying them from one location to another. So show some support and go and donate. Every $10 will give you an entry into the giveaway. It's going to be a massive giveaway. Like I said, I got a couple companies sending knives right now. Lefty's got companies. We all got companies sending all kinds of shit, and there's going to be some really good winners. And then I'm also going to do a little giveaway during the live, but that has nothing to do with the giveaway from Knife Rights. But I got a hold of some companies, and they are sending some stuff. Oh, where's Lefty? Cheap all I can take. How literally tuned is just in time for the comment. All right, I got to catch up. So I'm going all the way down to the bottom. I don't know why I'm so behind. I'm behind, guys. I'm behind. I got surprises for the 24-hour live stream. Ooh, Zach's got surprises. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm going to bust out some surprises too. By the way, guys, my Patreon giveaway, I'm just going to say it really quick because I know not everybody is a Patreon in here, but for the Patreons, I know you guys have been very patient about the giveaway. I know you guys have. I got it taken apart. I wanted to clean it all up and get it all nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer whoever wins is going to have the choice, because I was going to cut in a choil. But then I thought about it, I'm giving it away. What if the person that wins it would have wanted it just stock, would not have wanted it modified? So, I didn't. I took it apart to do that though, and instead I said, all right, you know what? Instead, I'm just going to clean it. I'm just going to scrub it all down, get it all tuned up real nice. It has a little bit of lock stick though. It is a custom. So I'm also going to, I don't know if I'm just going to send it before or after whoever wins, but I'm probably going to send it to Richie B and Lindy Lou and have them carbonize the lock face to get rid of the lock stick. You can put lead on it and it'll last months. Like the last time when I put it on there, I think it lasted like 3 months. So it does do well with that, but I'd rather give it to you guys nice and perfect. But maybe I'll attempt to work on it, and if I can't get rid of it, it's not horrible or anything, but I'd hate to give you guys a knife knowing that it has lock sticks. So I'm going to try to tune it a little bit. If that doesn't work, I'll send it over to them. But either way, we do have the giveaway coming up, and I mean, it's a badass knife. So, but the choil thing is just because, the sharpening hits the plunge grind. So it's just the way the knife's made, but it's an easy fix because it is a great knife to accept a choil. MC just picked up my first Quantum Gen 1 Blue Anno. It's begging for a Neevesknives mirror polish at 0.1 micron. Send that bitch by. Fuck yeah, we'll get that. We'll get them tuned up real nice. Get her tuned up real nice, like. Yeah, those churros, man, they got good heat treats. Really good heat treats. That's one thing I noticed about sharpening churros. You can really feel, and that just goes with after sharpening so much of blank steel, you start feeling the differences. Like I've sharpened so much M390, so much M390 that I can totally feel the difference between one company's and another, like just night and day difference. And Shuro does a really good job with their heat treats. Grand prize list coming up: Hogue, Off Grid, EMP, EDC, Asher, XL, KPL, Finch, and much, much more. Yes, and like I said, I got some stuff coming from Mojave Outdoors and from Kaiser separate. So got a couple of those things coming. I'm gonna wind up donating something. Figure it out. We'll figure it out, and then maybe I'll throw in something really nice. But yeah, we're gonna get some shit going. Or there's a lot of donations. I'm not sure. Maybe Shane can explain this. How many winners is there? Is there only one winner? Or is there multiple winners? How many places is there? That's one thing I don't know, because I see you saying grand prize, so that means there's more than one. So the grand prize means that there's more than one winner. How many winners is there? Are you guys telling me I missed another one? Cue ball! You missed Shane Gables before Willow. What the heck is going on? No. You missed New York City. Man, why are they not popping up over here? I gotta watch this screen, guys. I'm sorry. No, I got MC and then. Oh, I did. Holy shit. Thank you, man. New York City, EUC. I'm guessing that stands for New York City. But NYC, EUC. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for the donation. You're killing it, man. Thank you. Holy cow. I can't believe I missed that. I didn't see it on this one. For some reason, man, this one, it does that where this one will show it, but then this one won't, because I have two screens for this reason. So, but you guys back me up every time. Thank you guys. And you NYC, thank you, brother. I appreciate it so much. And Shane Gables. Thank you, Shane. Shane, how many places are there in the giveaway? Did you already say it? If not, can you, or if you already did say it, I can't see it. I'm not going to look for it. Can you just let me know again really quick how many giveaways there's going to be from Knife Rights? About time, finally. Pfft, you guys are some assholes. Yeah, it's about time. It's about time we got to that. So you guys know I did fix that. If you guys remember, I fixed that real steel wait, real steel. The hell's the name of it? G frame, and it's slipping now. Now it went from having lock rock, the lock rock going away, and it being pretty solid. Now I checked it the other day, no lock rock, but it slipped out. It just slipped out and failed. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. The way I look at it is if it's in my hand, I'm squeezing it and it's locked up just fine. It's not a hard use knife. There's never, ever, ever, ever any circumstances where I'm going to be putting more pressure on that spine than it can handle. It's not like I can fold it with my thumb. It's not like I can go like this and it just closes. But if I go like this and I crank on it, it'll just unlock. But it's not even that big of a deal. I still love the knife. And it is what it is. Tuning the lock face helped for a little while, but to be honest, it ultimately didn't help in the end. But shit happens. Shit does happen. Usually it does work. Usually, they're solid after that. I could increase the lock bar tension, but I'm not gonna. Like, I thought about some other things I could do to fix it, but I'm not gonna. Like, fuck it. I mean, the knife, I love the knife, and it doesn't bother me really that it slips. There's just some knives that it's like, who cares? I mean, I'm never gonna baton with that little lightweight knife. Like, I'm never gonna do that. I just ordered my second petrified fish murdered out beluga. Oh man, that makes me jealous because I ordered one too. I'll tell the story in a second. I've already got the blue micarta one. That's the one I ordered. And I ordered that new flipper they had. The $7 off coupon for that came out last week. Okay, so dang it. So I ordered one, but the video I was watching had not murdered out, but it had the brown micarta with the black blade and the black liners. And it looked so good. It attracted me and made me go and want to buy one. Then I got in there and seen the blue denim. And I was trying to decide which one do I want to get. I should have got the brown with the coated blade. I mean, it is D2. Excuse me. But instead I wound up getting the satin with the denim micarta. No regrets, but I do kind of wish I would have got, Stasis, exactly. Yeah, I watched it on Stasis, and it had me going, man. That color combination just had me sold. I don't know how I got into the site and suddenly bought the blue denim one. I don't know how that works. Why does your brain do that? Like, the one attracts you, and then you get in there and you're like, ooh, blue denim. Might as well buy that one. It's like, oh man. Then I thought about it afterwards. The next day, I'm like, did I buy the blue denim one? Like, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I get the black one with the brown micarta? Oh man. Have any of y'all heard any Kyle Rittenhouse songs yet? I have not. Probably because they sold so many or shipped so slow down. That wasn't to me. Okay, Chicken is asking about convexed grinds. Rocksteads are convexed. Yes, Rocksteads are convexed grinds. So they're convexed. Most I'm not sure about all, but all that I've seen, Rocksteads are all convexed ground, which for a folder and everything, that is impressive. They do a really good job with it. So, there's a lot of fixed blades that you'll find with some convex grinds, but never to the level of their finishing work. And you guys, like, when we're talking about Rocksteads, the biggest deal is about their heat treat. You got to remember that. Like, it's like, I try to say it like this. You got to think of like a samurai sword, right? You can have a badass katana on the wall. You could have a katana on the wall and it'd be amazing. It'd be a really good one, even worth a couple $100. But it will never, ever compare to a real Japanese swordsmith katana, right? It'll never compare. I'm talking about like versus one from like China or something. Even though it's good quality, it's badass, it's amazing. It'll never compare to the real thing, right? That's the way a Rockstead is. Rockstead is a Japanese knife made by real Japanese knife makers, heat treating it to uh the highest HRC possible on that steel, which makes it so ridiculously hard that it maximizes that edge retention. It's like, think about, like, say, and I'm just shitting out of steel right now, but like, say 154 cm. Think about if 154 cm could be heat treated to the point to where it is outperforming 20 CV. It's outperforming, it has like maximum edge retention. That's the way theirs is. It's about that steel and that heat treat and the processing they do. The processes and their heat treat is so fine-tuned, and so many generations went into making knives that, and a lot of Japanese stuff is like that. If you ever watch how Japanese work goes and how they are so in tuned with their work and what they do, they make things to the highest precision. And that's Rockstead for you. It's not about the action, even though it is very smooth and everything else, but it's not about that. It's about being a very functional high-end tool with insane edge retention, insane hardness. And because think about the sword, right? Think about the katana. Like, if we're going to think about samurai swords, what's the beauty of a samurai sword, right? It's supposed to be their heat treat and their performance. It's supposed to be so sharp and such a, like, an insane sword that it can cut through this. And you guys have heard all the legends and all the stories about the samurai swords and shit. Well, it's like bringing all those legends to a pocket knife. Well, it looks like you got mine, Dwayne. The 24-hour knife rights thing, is that time? No, that is on December 3rd. It starts on December 3rd on my channel at 6 o'clock Eastern time or 5 o'clock Central. December 3rd at 5 p.m. Central. Right. A wall hanger never compares to the real thing. But even when you consider something well made, right? Something well made will never compare to the real deal, the real fucking thing. The thing that thing is trying to simulate, right? Like that katana you see that is very well done, very well built. It's trying to be the real thing, you know. It's kind of like a good gas station knife and a Reat, right? A good gas station knife can be really good, but it'll never be a fucking Reat, right? Or whatever, your favorite knife company is. Maurice, you done it again. Done it again. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Big worm. I love the Malibu and Mordax, though. I have 3 of them. Damn, 2 Malibus and a murdered out Mordax. I like both of those too. I think I like the Mordax a little bit better, to be honest. But I do like the Malibu, though. The Malibu's nice. I had that Malibu with the BGM regrind. Ooh, buddy. Very thin behind the edge. 1 minute. Knife Review says he has 2 Malibus. Guys, please share. Yes, thank you. Please share the Knives Live 2021 ad across social media. It's on my Instagram. Yes, go to Shane Gables' Instagram and copy that and spread it around. A very well made katana doesn't show up until you get over $700, right? It's a needle in a haystack below that price point. Right. Yeah. I didn't even think you'd get one under 1,000, to be honest. I don't know much about them to really speak about it, but like I've seen on, just things that I've seen around, and they go all the way up to thousands of dollars. And especially if you're talking about an authentic one, like meaning like it was made in history, like made a long time ago, those are like $10,000, even more. But yeah, just like one from the lineage of a Japanese swordsmith making a real katana in today's market is going to be over $1,000. Especially like in like when you get those, what are those, like 1,000 layer Damascus and things like that, but you're talking about 1,000 layer Damascus. That's not like you can't compare that to the Pakistani Damascus, right? It's kind of like doing that with Damas steel. Same thing. You can't do that. I would have to agree. Cold steel, real iffy on quality control. Wouldn't bet my life on it. I disagree. I think Cold Steel has good quality control. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but from what I've seen, their stuff is pretty solid. Katanas are a little more expensive than European swords on the repo market. Gotcha. Yeah, I would imagine. I guess I would imagine that. But even some of those swords, I mean, I guess I imagine that the Japanese ones are going to be the most money. Just because the history and the Japanese quality. Japanese, man, they really do. Their quality is on another level. Average Joe. And I seen Jack Lungs came in. What's up, Jack Lungs? Got your back, Shane. Thank you, Average Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Cold steel knives and cold steel swords. Oh, we were talking about two different things. Okay. Are two different entities. The knives are reliable, the swords are lacking. Gotcha. I didn't realize we were talking about the cold steel swords. I don't doubt they're not a decent sword, like as swords go for the price, because it's not like it's not $1,000 sword. So for the price, I don't doubt they're not, good quality for the price, but same thing. Same thing like the argument we were just making. It's not they're not a fucking Japanese katana. It's a $100-$200 sword. So don't try to compare it. Maurice, I see it popped up over here. I can't get it yet. So see you guys. I told you guys there it is. Just popped up. Thank you, Maurice. 5 bones. Hey man, settle down, man. You're gonna be broke. Stop it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Um, what's the next subject? Um, no, this isn't it. Oh, it's down here. Sorry. All right. I already told you guys about that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about putting a new satin finish on blades. Don't get it twisted though. Cold steel isn't bottom of the barrel in sword market. Deepika and Ritter steel exist, but you can get better if you look a little harder. Gotcha. I guess I don't know enough about the sword market. Um, can't wait to see new stuff coming out at Blade Show in January. I can't wait to see some of this stuff that's supposed to. There's a couple things that have not been released yet that I'm pretty upset about because I thought they were going to be out. I don't know. Hopefully they wind up making it out before the end of the year. But like there's this one Wii knife that was supposed to be out. And I heard it was going to be out. You know what? They kind of did say end of November, beginning or December. So and I can't wait for it to come out. Average Joe, thank you, man. Laughing at Maurice. Thank you. I appreciate it. So do I, Shane. I quit, you bastard. I just want a friggin' smock. You can't find a smock? Man, I hope it comes out, man, because that knife is like the one I've been waiting for all year. It's weird how like you'll see all the knives in the one where you're like, it's like glowing to you, and it's like that's the one. Has to be the last one, right? Can't be the first one. It's gonna be the last one of the year. I guess they know. Smocks are awesome. I do like the smock quite a bit. I think the smock is dope. I don't know how so many of you guys missed out on that Kaiser, this guy, but it did wind up at all the knife dealers and it left awfully quick. I didn't even see it show up, but I wasn't looking for it. But I knew it was going to show up any day. I kept telling you guys it's going to be there any day because I knew it when it was on the, in shipping. Gregory, when will I have Neeves knife? Damn it. I have been waiting for the first model and it better be named the Bang. I didn't think about that. That's actually not bad. I was just going to name it Neeves knife, but no, the Bang isn't a bad idea. I like that. So you guys want to talk about it? All right, let's talk about it. So I do have something in the works. It's not much in the works, so let's just be clear right now, right? It's only on paper. But I did work a couple things out with a couple people. One person to do a 3D print, and I have been talking to a knife company. John Evans, thank you, man. What is up, Jared? The wonderful human. Thank you, man. You're wonderful. I appreciate the donation, man. All these donations. Holy shit, guys. You guys are amazing, man. You guys are so awesome. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. You guys are definitely getting those numbers up. I know I just want to pay too much. I plan on customizing it. Zircotai when I finally get one. Hell yeah. They got a Damascus Olight right now. You can get it for like 24 more hours for $105 on Olight's website. Normally it's like $150 or something. I forget the exact price, but it's just a little over $100. It's pretty cool. It's like the same size as this one, but it's in Damascus. Very cool. And it looks good. Like the Damascus looks good. Because they have the lower quality Damascus and then like the good quality. It looks like it's good quality. Now, the knife design. So, like I said, it's only on paper right now. It's nothing special. But I have talked to a knife company that said, well, at first they came back and said something about they were going to be basically covered until next year. Like they weren't going to be able to fit me in or anything like that. Then somebody came back to me and said, listen, if you send us a design, we will push a couple things to the side and make sure it happens. And they told me that they would make it no matter what, even if I sent it to them on a damn napkin, the design. So that made me feel very good, knowing that I could get it made regardless of CAD, regardless of anything, that they can make it happen. I am still going to try to get a 3D printed model just so that I'm not sending a napkin. Because I'll tell you what, when they said that, I damn near sent the napkin, but no, that made me feel very good. So we're going to make it happen. I can't say when or anything like that. Like I said, it's only on paper right now, but it's going to happen. I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want to say anything, but enough of you guys have said something that I'm letting you guys know that it's going to be in the works very soon. So let's talk about Tucson Detent has been a gamble lately. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have any issues with Tucson's detents. Most of the ones I've had have all been solid. But I don't know. I guess everybody's expectations of a detent is a little different. But we know a good detent when we find them. But this is the thing. Is like, say like the beg lighter, right? I thought the beg lighter's detent was perfection. Like so strong and good. But so many people came back saying that it was too strong. Like, it's too strong. It hurts my finger and all this shit. Like, I got one on the Doman. Yes, it was way too strong. This is obnoxious. But all the beg lighters I felt were all the same. Very strong detents. But to me, that was perfection. But to other people, they were like, man, this is way too strong for me. So it is perception. I do like a nice strong detent as long as I can get good leverage. If I can get good leverage on the hole / flipper tab, whatever, I just don't want a strong detent on my front flippers. And speaking about front flippers, I'm curious what you guys think. So everybody, whoever's in the chat, not just listening, because I know some people like to just listen along. Do you guys think that like everybody's just trying to do front flippers too much? Like, I think some people or some companies, Maurice, I gave you the bell. Settle down now. Settle down, Maurice. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're always awesome. I do appreciate all your support. I think that some companies are just there. It's like they know, like they almost think like it's in style. This is what's in. Let's do it. But they can't fucking do it because they suck at it. So they wind up being a front flipper on a knife that does not need to be a front flipper. And then we have every single knife for the next 3 months or for the past 3 months, all with front flippers. And it's like, holy shit, guys. I understand front flippers were cool. Double edge. Whoa, I had to double check. I thought it was euros. Thank you, man. Holy shit. Thank you, double edge. Oh, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the 50 bones. Damn it, that's awesome. Holy shit. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You guys are so incredible, man. Oh, man. I'm going to leave that up there for a minute. But yeah, the front flippers. I can't even stop thinking now. Thank you so much. The front flippers, man. It's like every company is trying to pump out a front flipper, and it's like, for what? Like, you don't have to do a front flipper just because it's in. And I know that it's in. All right. Some people want front flipper, but not everybody can do them good. I give Megaron credit, so much credit. They nailed it, right? Since they nailed it, it's awesome. Fantastic front flipper on all their models, even their little budget models. Badass front flipping action, like incredibly, like just they nailed it. However, then you have these other companies where it's like, why? Why'd you put a front flipper on that? Just to do it? Just to sell it? Just to say it's a front flipper? Like, MC, another 10 bones. You guys are out of your fucking minds tonight. Thank you, man. Let's get the bang to the market. Go, J-Rod. I think I am going to name it the bang now. I never thought of that. I should have. You think I would have? Maurice, I see Gregory too. Holy cow. What is going on? You guys are out of your minds. Gregory. Greg, I don't know what that is. First owner of the KN-2022 Bang Knife Series. I got you, man. I got you. Thank you, man. Thank you. You guys are out of your minds tonight. Maurice, again, you son of a bitch. I know I already gave you one, but I'm going to give you another one. Thank you, man. See you next Saturday. Damn, Shane Gables. Damn it. Man, you guys have lost your minds tonight, and I love it. Thank you, guys. But I keep screaming about the jimping on front flippers. That's like the most important thing. Average Joe, you guys are trying to just shut me up, ain't you? Enjoy the new text break. For sure. For sure. Thank you, Average Joe. I appreciate it. Oh, man. I think the Civivi McKenna is a great front flipper. They nailed it. They're one of the ones that did nail it, right? There's some that just nailed it. And there's some that it's like, why? And then some of them, it's like they're good. It's like they're not bad. They're good front flippers. They're okay. But I guess it's kind of like a flipper. Think about it as a flipper, right? Don't do a flipper if it's not going to be amazing, right? I understand for some price points and whatever, like it's a good flipper, right? It's reliable, whatever. But if it's not going to have a nice strong brake and snap open all the way, that was my fault, and snap open all the way perfectly every time without fail, like that's how it should be. And Gregory, let's go. Let's go. Brandon isn't going to go after the knives. Let's go. Brandon isn't going to go after the knives. Whoa. In for the Neeves banger. Thank you, 13 Alphabet. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. 5 bones. You guys are losing your minds, and giving me a good time. Getting trailed by super chats. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Gregory, 13 Alphabet. Thank you so much. But the jimping is just the most important thing to me, I think, on the front flipper. If they nail that, they nailed like 90% of it. All right. If they can just get that right. Obviously the leverage and everything you have into the front flipper, like you see how I just skipped off of that. I didn't even mean to do that, but it's because they didn't do the jimping right. And this is a good front flipper, but they didn't do the jimping right. Willow Smut, ding, ding, dong. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. Holy shit, man. This is crazy. Oh, man. Oh, I like the 3V Feist, man. It's excellent. See what Jared thinks. So I have the 3V version and I have the 4V version. I think they're awesome. I don't think it's not like they're tough, right? They're not with these steels. Don't expect, unless you're prying with it and doing stupid shit with it. Maybe you are, like maybe some people want to take these and hard use them to an extent. I don't know how they would, but the point is that you're at least going to get the edge retention. So, like a lot of people said, like it's kind of pointless to put that steel on that knife. Yeah, I could see that, but if you're getting the good edge retention and you're paying a decent price for that steel and you're going to get the edge retention from whatever steel you would pay for that you think would fit the box better, what does it matter, right? Like say if they put 20 CV on it, right? If 4V, you're going to get great edge retention, like really good edge retention. So, and you might possibly stop yourself from rounding the tip a little bit because it's, maybe a little tougher. I don't know if that would work that way. Oh, did you guys see the new what's the name of it? Damn it. The oh man, I can't even think of the name of it. What is the Kaiser, the first Kaiser they did in 3V? What the hell's the name? The Critical Mini. The Kaiser Critical Mini. Knives, was it White Mountain Knives, I think? I think it's White Mountain Knives. I just bought one. I had to buy it because they put out a version of their own with a hole, with a reverse flicking hole. So it's a Kaiser Critical Mini with a reverse flicking hole. And it looks badass. Let me just pull it up really quick to show you guys. It looks so dope. And it's in my Carta. I see that, Daniel. I see it. Is this one it? No, that's not it. Oh, it's not. Damn it. Now I'm mad. I see all you guys. I'm coming. You guys gotta give me a second. You guys got me fucking rushing over here. Kaiser. Here we go. Got it. Got it. check this out. All right, let's get to these bells while you guys are checking this out. I just picked one up, 100 bones. Only 100 bones. Dun, da, da, da. All right, here come the bells. Daniel, keep the bells ringing. There you go, bud. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. New York City again with the 20 bones. Let's go, Brandon. Gregory Diglavani. Bells, eh? You guys are going to be writing the goofiest shit and trying to get me to pronounce it. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. We got another one that just rolled in. Shane. We are breaking records tonight. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Holy shit. And another one, Josh. Kara's probably back there like, cha-ching. You can probably hear this shit. Thank you, man. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Thank all of you. Man, you guys are killing it tonight. So here's the new Critical Mini, or the Critical Mini White Mountain Knives exclusive in Brown Micarta bell spam. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Another one. What the hell? Oh, hell, why not? Oh, hell, why not? Damn it. Thank you, guys. Holy cow. Yeah, bell spams for sure. Breaking records, bell spamming. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Average Joe, Shane, everybody, NYC, everybody, man. Thank you, guys. You guys are fucking crazy. So this is the new Kaiser, and it has the hole in it, which I think looks awesome. I love it. The micarta is Kaiser. It's Kaiser's micarta, so you know it's going to be pretty decent. It looks like it's pretty decent micarta. Then we have the black G10 pivot collar. We have a G10 backspacer. I believe these were in T8s, maybe not. And I see you. I see you. John Evans, you had to do it, didn't you? I have it inbound too. Race you to the Instagram flick post. Okay. What time did you buy yours? Is the question. Did you buy it today or did you buy it yesterday? Because if you bought it yesterday, you're going to win. Because I just got mine today. But yeah, hey, you're on. You're on, brother. You're on. I guess that doesn't matter because maybe I live closer to them than you. Probably not, but Mrs. Knees be like, woohoo, new shoes incoming. Right? As soon as my live's over, it's like she's standing there right there. So, how much money did you make? Oh man. Or she's like, hey, you know, I was thinking about that new game I wanted to get. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, what about it? I think, well, I think I should get it. It's like, why? It's like, well, I mean, I heard what happened in there. I could hear all the bells. Oh shit. Man. Collins, thank you, man. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I've been hearing that bell. Yeah, I've been hearing that bell. All I could think about was this new game I wanted. She's like 50-50, right? Or married, right? 50-50 isn't that how it goes? Right? Oh man. Okay. I wanted to say one thing because I can't find mine for some reason. I wanted to bring it to show you guys. You guys already know the Work Sharp Field Sharpener. So the best I think is this is possibly like, especially for like EDC people or knife people. If you're wanting to get something for somebody that's a great, like just a great gift, even to the non-knife person that's like, you know, still has tools and knives and things like that, whatever. Maybe not necessarily in the community. The Work Sharp Field Sharpener is such a great present because you can do fish hooks, you can do serrations, you can strap on it, you can maintain your edge in the field very easily. Like that thing is so handy. Even as a professional knife sharpener with big stones, I use that thing constantly. And it's so easy to use. It holds the angle for you. So it's a great gift. And, you know, you can replace the diamond plates on it. It's an awesome, awesome little tool. I can imagine her way back. I don't know, Jared. A knife YouTube channel? Exactly. And he's like, why not? Thank God he did it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. A knife channel? A knife channel? Are you sure that's what you want to do? I mean, I'm not trying to talk you out of it, but I just want to make sure that you're really thinking about this. You know, it takes a long time to grow a channel. And, you know, niches are even harder, especially niches that nobody's in. Oh, Jared, you know when the White Mountain Knife Cormorant is coming out? Um, the Cormorant. You mean this? Oh, you're talking about the micarta one, the White Mountain Knives exclusive. You know I don't. But get on the email list. Get on the email list because those things, man, they just pop up. If you get on the texting list, they'll text you and tell you right when it shows up so you can buy it like that. I promise you, everybody else has. So do that. Love and enjoying the KU332 among the others. Yeah, man. The Kubi knives, man, like I was saying earlier, they fucking nailed the detent this year. Like it, it makes me not appreciate, or makes me like appreciate. I don't even know how to say the damn sentence. It makes me less appreciative of other knives when I feel that detent because it's like the other detents are like so much like they're just not as in tune. Chris, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious type hard stuff. So for Jared to read, so he has to work for the money. I knew that one though. Some of these other things, man, some of the names are difficult. Thank you, man. Kyle Wallace. I've got a fever, and the only prescription I need is more bell. More cowbell, please. You know, just a little more cowbell. I think that'll make it right. Just a little more cowbell. That shit was hilarious. When I seen that on, if you guys don't know what we're talking about on Saturday Night Live, look up the scene More Cowbell. You will laugh your asses off. More cowbell, please. Round 8. Round 8 of early Christmas for Jay. Pony up, people. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gregory. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are nuts. Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins. Yeah, Mary Poppins. Don't forget to smash that like button. Might as well hoard those Q and Fiend. Man, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you, Fiend. Did you know? Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Hippopotamonstrosiquipmentalophobia is the fear for long words. Yeah, is it? I'm going to try that one again. Did you know hippopotamus? Oh, fuck, let me try it again. Hippopotamonstroses equipped. It almost sounds like pedophilia. Hippopotamonstrosiquipmentalophobia is the fear of long words. I got it. Bang. Fuck. I'm not scared of long words. And I'm not scared of any words. I mean, I'll fucking just fuck them up. But some of the weird ones, man, like some of the weird, it's, you know, the names and some people, like their handles just don't make sense. They know they don't make sense. Like they'll put two letters together that don't belong together, right? And the beginning of it seems like it's a word, but then the end of it just doesn't, like it's not supposed to go with that. And trying to say it, you don't want to be rude because it could be their name, right? It could be their name, and you're like, ah, man, like I'm sure they say it perfectly. Chris, all good here, brother. Sent you a message on Instagram a little while ago. That's from Lancelot to Chris. Thank you, Jared, for all the great content. No, man, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. You know what? I did not have a story prepared. Did I? No, I didn't. I did not. I did not have a story prepared. Damn it. You got that money for the Leatherman. That's true. That's true. Um, Jared Gowords, freeze, police. I'll tell you, just speaking about that when you, I don't know why, but when you said freeze, police, it reminded me of this time. So I'm at my house. Might as well go into some story times really quick. I had somebody the other day, and I don't blame them. I understand what they were saying. So, like, and I understand like the perspective, right? So they told me, they said, I hope that story you told, and it was about the burning the house down. They said, I hope that story you told wasn't real or wasn't true or something like that because, it's basically like it's a felony. You just yourself, you dumbass. Like you're a dumbass. Why would you tell on yourself? Basically. K Mason, for the love of, you guys are smart asses now. Ike Mom Mania? Ike Mom Mania. Ike Mom Mania. For the love of Ike Mom Mania. Thank you, man. How much wood can a Thank you, Cuball. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck? Wait, no, I fucked it all up. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Say, I'm good. I'm good. Bang! Killed it. Killed it. Thank you, Cuball. Thank you. So he said that, and I just responded back. I said, it doesn't matter, man, because one, I was a kid. I was a juvenile. You can't be held accountable for juvenile acts. Once you turn 18, anything from your juvenile record, unless if you were charged for it at the time and they held you as an adult, then you can't be held accountable for anything. Just like my juvenile record got, I don't know. I'm sure they could see it if they really wanted to, but it's not supposed to. They're not supposed to be able to see my juvenile record. My juvenile record can't be held against me in court. Just like when I was 18 and I got arrested, my juvenile record did not matter. Even though, like, if it would have, then I would have gotten in way much more severe trouble for getting arrested when I was 18 because of my juvenile record. Anyways, point is that I'm not stupid. And I know the time limits on these things. So anything I talk about, it's beyond a time limit. So like there's certain things, like certain prices, like say even like robbery, right? Even robbery, you have to be caught and held accountable or have been whatever by a certain time. If not, then you can't be held accountable for it. It's past a time limit. Now there is a limit of which like certain things like murder, that's forever, right? That never stops. There's certain things that doesn't have a time limit. Now there's also things that if it's a certain amount, like certain things, like say if you robbed a bank, right, back in the 70s, and it was for like $300 million, and yeah, you can be held accountable because it's over a certain amount of money. But if certain things don't exceed a certain amount of money, you can't be held accountable for it past a certain amount of time. So I know what the fuck I can talk about and what I can't. I would never put anybody in jeopardy, especially myself, talking about certain things. And that's why I'm very, like sometimes I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't talk about that. Or I say I have to be careful with talking about this subject, right? Anyways, never play with knives. No, never play with knives. Not good. But support knife rights. So this little story, just really quick, it's kind of dumb, but I was at my house and I don't remember why, but I think it was my dog. My dog starts like flipping out or something. Excuse me. And I'm looking out the window like, what is going on? and I see somebody out there, like at the end of my driveway, like walking around, and I can tell it's not my neighbor. Like, oh wait, before that, I heard some I heard some stuff, right? And my fence at the time at this location went to a ravine. Nobody should be in my ravine. So I go out there and I got a flashlight. Like I got like a statute of limitations. Thank you, cue ball. Yes, statute of limitations. So I got a flashlight that'll blind your ass. And I go out there, but I don't have the flashlight on yet. Right? I don't have it on because I'm not. The thing with a flashlight is, yes, it can let you identify things, but it also tells everything and everybody where you're at. So I don't have it on yet. And I'm at the end of my driveway, like looking around, like what the hell is going on? Then all of a sudden there's a dude, and he's like 40 feet from me, maybe less, probably like 30 feet. And he hits me with a flashlight. And I know from the sound and everything that it's a cop. Like my brain told me it's a cop. So I fucking hit him with my light. Bam! Right back. And my light was way more powerful than his and blinded the shit out of him. So the cop, like, he instantly seen me. So he seen I wasn't a threat. And then the fact that I didn't run, because that, there's things you do, your body language, that says whether or not you're a threat or not. If he shines his light and my first reaction is to shine my light back, I'm not a threat. Because if I was a threat, I would have ran, right? Or shot or something, right? So after I hit him with the light, he's blinded. He can't see me now. Now he can't see me. So now he's not, like, worried because he can't see me. So he's like, "Can you put your light down?" I was like, "Can you put yours down?" And he puts his down and I put mine down, and then we walked up and talked. And he was cool. No, he was cool, really cool. Like, he wasn't like trying to like to start no shit or anything. He basically, especially when he found out I lived there, and I was like, "Yeah, I heard some shit, so I came out here to investigate." And he says, "Yeah," he says, "we're chasing somebody." He's like, "You didn't see anybody? Nobody, like, he basically was asking, like, nobody got in your crib or nothing like that, or your house?" And I was like, "No." I was like, I got a big ass dog in there. She ain't letting nobody in there." And I said, "I came out here to look." He said, "We were chasing somebody and they ran through your ravine." And they were. That's what he was back there for. He was back there looking for this dude. So, but yeah, I thought it was funny though how my light was stronger than his. I had the better light, or at least a better charged one. I don't remember how bright that one was, but I think it wasn't even that crazy bright. It was like 1200 lumens or something, but that's really bright. And a lot of people, like if you have a bright light at 350 lumens, 1200 lumens is, especially in the dark, especially when your eyes adjust to stuff. And that's kind of the thing with those flashlights, is that they blind you, right? If you are in the dark and your eyes are adjusted to darkness, and I hit you with 1200 lumens in the eyes, you're not going to be able to see nothing. Like, you're going to be blind for like 20, 30 seconds. So, and that's kind of the point of them, is to be able to identify the threat, make sure if it's safe, not safe, if it's somebody or somebody you don't want to hurt or whatever. You can identify them really quickly while also making yourself invisible. Yeah, they can see the flashlight, so they know you're there at the flashlight, but they're blind, so they can't actually see your hands or anything. So to their knowledge, you could have a firearm, you could have a hammer, you could have anything. They don't know because all they see is blindness. So that's not a light. This is a light. Right. Exactly. Hey there, Kappa. That's a nice light. Check this one out. Bzz. Let's agree that he reacts to solutions like a Marine. Me? Have you heard Chris Webby's Raw Thoughts? Yes, I have. Very good song. Very, very good song. Uh, Lance be slagging that leather big time lately. Man, big busy and distracted myself. Man, getting distracted. Order confirmed. There you go, Lancelot Leather. Bang. Um, hey guys, let's all welcome Pucks for Fun too. He looks familiar, doesn't he? Welcome, Pucks for Fun. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate everybody who joins Neevesknives Live. At this point in the show, we are just shooting the shit and telling stories. If you want some knife talk, rewind to the beginning. But I warn you, your ears might be bell rung. You might not like this one. Anybody who rewatches this later is gonna be like, "Fuck this show, man." They're sitting there trying to listen to it on their headphones. It's every 2 seconds. Bing, 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 bing. I mean, fuck this live. I'm not listening to this one, Jared. My ears are hurting. See you later, Gregory. Have duty at 0400. All right, brother. Take it easy, man. Be safe. Be safe. Duty calls when duty calls. I understand. Blinded by the light. There's a light that's like 100,000 that I want just because. I know I've seen some of those ones that are like 30,000 lumens, 40,000 lumens. And I don't want it for any other reason but just because. Like, that's it. That's it. Just so that I can like try to flag down an airplane or something. Because some of the ones I have that are like 2,000 lumens do that. Like, I can shine it up in the sky and it's like, whong, whong. Like, it literally seems like I could flag down a damn airplane or a helicopter. 50,000 lumens, 100,000 lumens. Can you imagine? What the fuck? You could go on Lake Michigan. Well, I'm talking about Lake Michigan because that's where I'm by, and be the what the hell is it called? The oh man, the lighthouse. You could be a damn lighthouse up there. That shit's crazy. I can't imagine how hot that gets too. That's got to have like some sort of way to cool itself. Because even the little flashlights, man, at 2,000 lumens, you leave them on for like 15, 20, 30 seconds at a time, they start getting hot quick. So 100,000 lumens. Holy shit. That's crazy. Jared, I'm going to send you my Marauder 2. Going to send it to Bees too. Awesome. The Marauder. You guys remember the car, the Marauder? It was like a juiced up Taurus. Regarding 154 CM, how much do you want to bet that Jared starts reading this comment slowly, only to realize all I have to say is these nuts? That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Thank you, these nuts. Regarding 154 CM, you guys are funny as hell. Had me going there. Thought we were about to start talking about 154 CM. I remember they banned the sale of a handheld laser because it was messing with planes. Yeah, I remember they were banning them at certain places. Like, we took them to a dog track one time, and we weren't messing with the dogs or anything like that, but we had the potential to mess with the dogs. But after that, not because of us, because of other people, it was just like the times, they were like banning them, like because people were literally shining the lasers in dogs' eyes as they were running. So like trying to like win the race and shit. I mean, it's kind of genius, but also messed up. Have dogs just running off the track. Can you imagine like at car races and stuff, people, like just somewhere they got their jacket over the laser and they're just like getting the race car drivers right in the eyes. They'd have to tell their team on the microphone, somebody's getting me with the laser. Gonna call it a night again. Good night, guys. Don't shine your spotlights at airplanes or you'll be visited by a cop with a flashlight of his own. Thank you. Seems logical. Yeah, definitely don't Don't try to do anything stupid that'll get you in trouble, but it is fun to talk about. King Pope Caesar. Hope you are well, friend. Hope you are well. Um, but no, yeah, I think it's just cool. Like sometimes when you're like in a field or just out in the yard, and you can hit that light, and it's like you can almost see it travel to the end of the block, just and it's so bright, just lights everything up. That's crazy. My dad used to have this one. I don't remember how many lumens it was, but it was big. Like it was a big old box. And that thing was crazy. That thing was super bright. But I don't remember what it was or how many lumens it was, but it came in a case and everything. It was pretty dope. Please, buddies, take a look at my last video. I need some help. Go and check out this is one of those things. Dukiar and Des Lamas. Go and check out his channel. Give him some help and help him out with the algorithm. If you guys give him a couple of views, YouTube will throw it to a couple more viewers to check out, especially if you hit that like button for him. Views and likes help YouTube push it to other viewers to jump in front of their eyes, because the better, like, just like with my videos, right? When you guys see my videos, YouTube has an algorithm that says you've seen my video. If you don't click on my video when you see it, then YouTube says I'm not gonna let this person see it. It lets so many people see it. Now, if you see it and you clicked on it, it would say, okay, they like the thumbnail, they like the title, let's send it to somebody else. Then they start pushing it. That's how the algorithm gets built. That's how the views go up. And that's the biggest thing is I forget the it's called something. I can't think of what it's called, but there's a name for it. Shane, it's confirmed. Pucks for Fun 2 is Monster Racing. Oh, I see. Thank you for the donation, Shane. There we go. Fiend. Thank you, man. Thank you. Here is Deuce. I don't know if it's QR or CR and Des Lames' channel. Go and check it out. Marauder H is amazing. Amazing. More than lumens, check the beam pattern. Well, yeah, there's like I actually showed that in the last couple flashlight videos I did. Like I had one, there was a straight beam, like no spread at all. Like the exact opposite of spread. It didn't light up a room at all, but it would shoot a straight beam at whatever you were trying to hit. Then I had another one that was the exact opposite of that. It did not shoot a straight beam. It just lit up a room. So you do have to look at that, look at the spread. Look, there's so many different things to look at with flashlights and how much distance they throw, how much coverage they have. I don't know all the terminologies, but there is a lot more than just lumens for sure. But lumens is a good way to understand brightness, I guess. But you know, I seen a thing where they were testing it. They actually had a thing that could test lumens, and it was showing how a bunch of companies were lying about their lumens. But then they were also showing how a lot of companies were right on the money. Like the reliable companies, they were literally directly on point, exactly what their flashlights were, which was really reassuring, like to know, like, okay, these companies are good. But some of the cheap, dumb companies, yeah, they were liars. For the record, I really enjoyed the massive unboxing video. Thank you, man. Your latest is part 1 of 6. How many knives did dude send you? Over 40. Like 46 or something. Actually, more than that, because that's the second box. So a lot. Technically third box, but yeah, a lot. It's crazy. Don't be afraid that it's in French. Just turn on subtitles. There you go. Don't be afraid that it's in French. Just turn on the subtitles and you can understand what he is saying. And hey, I'll tell you what, I get a lot of Spanish folks that watch my channel and they don't speak English. And I know they don't because they leave me comments and I don't understand a fucking word that they're saying to me. But then I got to go into Google. I got to type it in or get Kara to read it for me because she can understand a little bit of Spanish, or at least a lot better than I can. So I can respond to them. And I've literally looked up what they said to me and then looked up what I want to say back and then typed it back to them just so I can respond to them so that they know I did read their comment. But there are some times where it's like, man, I ain't got a clue what you said. And I don't have time. I don't have time to look it up what you said. But I appreciate that they get something out of it. You know, they watch and, you know, they must watch and not understand my words, but they understand the lingo from the knife, right? They can look at the knife, they can see the action, they can see how well it flips. And then I throw up the pictures, right? Which I think are very helpful for people that don't speak my language. They can see this is how much it is. This is the name. This is how you write the name. Because me saying the name, I realize that in videos where I don't show the title, or sorry, not the title, the name of the knife, a lot of times you guys ain't got a clue what I just said. Like I could say something really fast and you're like, what? What did he just say? And you'll try to slow it down and listen really closely and try to figure it out. Like when I said the Vero synapse the other day. Can you imagine like just, you know, like you don't know the name of the knife. You have no clue. You've never heard of a Vero synapse before. And I pull out a knife and I say, this is the Vero synapse. You know, you're like, what the fuck did he just say? But it's nice that I throw up a picture. In that video, I didn't. But in 99.9% of all my new videos, I do show a picture and say, so that you can see the exact name of the knife and you can write it in yourself and look up any information on it. The most interesting is was it the candle I forget the name of it, but I know what you're talking about on the flashlight specs. Dude, you gotta check out the Kaiser Towser. Okay, yep, I do. I might have one. Did I order one? I think I ordered one. I'm pretty sure I did. I did see it, and I think I ordered the red micarta one. It's easily got the best action of 2021. See, I had to get it. The reason why I got it too is because I'm trying to do my 2021 video. And I would hate to be wrong, right? I'd hate to do my video and then all of a sudden I find another knife and it's like, damn it, guys, if I would have only gotten to check this out, this would have totally won. So I want to make sure I get all the best examples, or should I say, the best knives of blank company, right? What concept, Kaiser, Tucson. I want to try to get their best model. Now, I will say there is a Tucson that I am extremely excited about. It just dropped on eBay and it's a Mazwa Mokhtar design. I want to get it so bad. I might wind up overpaying on eBay for it. I might try to get a hold of Tucson. The only problem is it just dropped, so I don't know if I'll be able to get one or not. I'll show it to you guys. I want it so bad. I want this one so bad. Josh, this one is, see, I'm going to show you guys, and then you guys are going to wind up bidding me up. So maybe I shouldn't show you guys. Josh Almighty. Waiting on my Ritter Hogue to get here. Give me a random suggestion for my next knife under $200. All right, well, let me say this. Thank you for supporting Knife Rights, because since you got the Ritter Hogue, you are supporting Knife Rights because Doug Ritter is the founder of Knife Rights, and that is the point of December 3rd's 24-hour live. I'm going to say it again. December 3rd, starting at 6 p.m. Central Time or 5 p.m. Or no, sorry. I said that messed up. Let me back up. 6 p.m. Eastern Time or 5 p.m. Central Time on December 3rd, the 24-hour live. All the donations to Knife Rights, every $10 gets you a spot in the giveaway. It's going to be a massive giveaway for the people that donate to Knife Rights. So hopefully you guys show up because it's going to be an awesome fucking live. Now, I'm trying to get Stasa 23 on. If he can't show up, I got another person I'm gonna ask. I don't see him in here right now, but I'll hopefully have a friend joining now. Under $200. Under $200. I want to tell you something USA made. So I want to say, like, go with the Hogue Deca or the Benchmade Griptilian Sheepdog or something like that, or a Spyderco. Spyderco Mannix. Spyderco Mannix 2. That's a good idea. You'll like that. So yeah, I would say Spyderco Mannix 2. Solid buy for sure. All those are USA made. If I'm gonna go Chinese, then there's so many options for that. I could say go with the Miguran Curix. Awesome knife, front flipper and reverse flicker. See, you got to give context. When you want to know a knife, you got to say like under 8 inches or under 7 inches, or I like titanium, or I like liner locks or frame locks, because there's so many knives. Josh Almighty waiting on. Oh wait, did I already read that? Why did it show up twice? Oh, this one. Ha! My bad. Average Joe, $4.99. Maurice, wipe this out anyway. Don't worry about the outbid on the Tucson. You saying you're gonna outbid me on my Tucson? Is that what you meant by that? That's what I'm taking that. I'm taking that as a threat. Let me see if I can. Let me close this out. Open this beach up. I'm gonna show it to you guys. I probably shouldn't show it to you guys, since you guys are gonna fucking end up outbidding me. But I'll show you guys really quick. Maybe I won't let you guys see the name of it though. That's not the right one. No. Where the hell is it? Hold on. Oh, I found it. Found it. All right. Now listen, guys. If you guys fucking outbid me, I'm gonna be awfully upset. Because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to bid on it, but I might have to, because I might not have a damn choice. I could contact you know, some people and try to get it straight from the company, but I won't get it any faster. All right, guys, here it is. Dun, 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 dun. Why did it show me that? This isn't what I'm looking for. There she is. There she is. Look at that beauty. I'm going to give you guys some close-ups. Nope. Come on. You see how it's got a nice fuller. The only problem is it's D2. That I don't understand that. They must have, I think they ran out of 14C28N, because that makes 0 sense that they put D2 on that. But I noticed they did that to a couple models recently. Look at that closed. Doesn't that look amazing? And then I'm not positive, but if you look right here, it looks like there's jimping right there. This might be a front flipper. I'm not positive. It looks like a front flipper, right? But there's no jimping right here. So I'm wondering, what's up with that? I don't know. I see Average Joe. Give me 1 second. No, it must not be a front flipper, because there's no jimping right here. So just reverse flicker. Look at that. Just reverse flicking action. Unless if this does have jimping right up top right there. I can't tell. Beautiful looking clip. It looks like, oh yeah, this was another thing. It looks like Mazwan might have changed his clip. You guys notice that? He always does the titanium ball clips. And you can tell that blade is going to go deep in the handle because he put in a full back spacer like that. When he does that, you know that blade goes deep. To me, he does the best two Sun models. This is amazing. This thing looks awesome. I don't know about these speed holes back here, but I'll forgive him for that. I fucking love it. Now I'll show you guys this new one he's going to be making. This one. This is just a new acquisition, or not acquisition, a new design he has. I don't know. It looks dope. This is the only picture I've seen of it. So, all right, now don't be overbidding me. I seen the donation. Where to go? Oh. Yep. It's in my watch list. I bet it is now. Average Joe. One of these days, I'm going to trick you guys. And I'm going to pretend I'm focusing on this. And I'm just going to do the old rope-a-dope on you guys. Yep. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll be bidding on something over here telling you guys, this is what I want to get. This looks so awesome. Don't bid on it. So you guys will all bid that up and I can go over here to the one I really care about. Swipe it. Oh. Anyone going for that Marfione custom knife factory? I think I need it. I don't know about that one. The Marfione custom knife factory? I haven't seen that one. Huh. I don't know about that one. But I'm going to look at it. All right, where's it at? Pictures. Is it not loaded? It seems like it's fully loaded. I don't see it. Oh, son of a bitch. Come on. All right. I don't see no pictures on this one. Let me try a different one. Let me try images. That might show me. I see two different ones. Is it slim? I'm guessing this is it. I'll show you guys. I'm guessing that this is it, but I can't. I'm guessing it's the slim one over here. Because Custom Knife Factory Marfione collab. Yeah. Very slim, I'll say that. M390 titanium, carbon fiber, and Zerk. Pretty crazy. Is that it? I'm guessing that's it. Looks pretty dope. Looks very slim. The last pics looked cooler. Anyone going? Oh, I read that one. Why the hell do they call them speed holes, anyways? I don't know. Because they go fast. It makes them faster. Yeah, I don't know why they call them speed holes. No, because it has a glass. I lost my Mannix at work a while back. I was so upset the one day I decided to not carry a beater that happened. Carrying good knives at work is like wearing Oakley's or Ray-Bans to work. Goner. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm safe where I work at now, but on the job site, it was dangerous, man. So dangerous. I lost so many knives. B says that's his kind of blade. Yeah, it is a pretty cool blade. I'd like to see more pictures of it. Like to see it closed, see what the flipper tab looks like, or see what the hole looks like, compared to the handle. I like to see a lot more shots. I totally didn't just make this up, but speed holes are for aerodynamics when you're knife fighting. It's a good one. That's a good one. I say they're to help drip the blood out of the knife when you're in a knife fight. I'd prefer that design with a full titanium. Oh, you're talking about the Tucson? Yeah. I don't mind. Okay, so this is my thing. I don't mind the reverse bolsters because kind of like on this, it gives lefties the opportunity to use it because a lefty can put their finger right over that and flick it. So I don't mind them for that reason. And also even like when I'm flipping things, like I like being able to have my finger laying there instead of on the lock bar. But I do prefer full tie too. Man, somebody had one for sale the other day. I was telling everybody about it. I'd prefer that design. Yeah, I read that. Right now, the bid is at 137. Hey, hey, how do you know that? You fuck. How do you know that? What? I thought we just talked about this, bees. I thought we just had an agreement. It didn't take 5 seconds. It took 5 seconds. 5 seconds for you to go and check on the bid that we just agreed on that you guys were going to stay away from. Oh, man. Can't even trust a bee these days. Speed holes, lightning material to make it faster. Kind of like a race car. Custom Knife Factory, Sakosha. Custom Knife Factory, Sakosha. Custom Knife Factory, Sakosha. CKF. Sakosha. I might have spelled that wrong. It's a Terzola? That sounds interesting. I'm going to go back and try a different one. That site's not giving it to me. Images, let's try that. Okay. I'm guessing it's one of these ones right here because it says the name on there. So I'm guessing it's one of these. Probably it's not that one because that's a SOCOM. It's one of these two down here. I'm guessing it's the bottom one, but I'm not positive. Or no, the middle one because we got this one right here. I'm guessing it's the middle one. Yep, it's got to be the middle one because here's one right here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty dope. Here's another one right here. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I like it. Hell yeah. Here's one next to another. Man, I love that snafu. That snafu is fire. Yeah, that thing's pretty cool. But man, Custom Knife Factory's detents are a little iffy. By the way, thank you for the donation, Josh. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Um, man, the detents are iffy. That's the thing. Gotta run. Have a good evening. Yeah, we're gonna be taking off here in just a few minutes, Mr. Almighty. We're gonna spend a few more minutes, talk a little bit more about some knives. Don't worry, it's out of my price range. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just couldn't help but look though, right? Because if it was in your price range, what are we talking about here, bees? What are we talking about here? We're talking about bids. Bids. Oh, fuck. How do you know that one's not out of my price range and I'm not bidding on the one that's in my price range? I just don't understand why it's in D2. Like I said, the only thing I can guess is that they ran out of 14C because they did that to another knife that in my opinion, it just doesn't make sense because I haven't seen them do a titanium model in D2 in a while, and then now I've seen two. It doesn't make sense unless they ran out. All right, Zach, take it easy, brother. Thank you for the donations and thank you for coming and hanging out. Yes, bees figured that, but still fun to get Jared sweating. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. 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 Best man wins, right? Best man wins, right? Bees blades, right? Oh, yeah, we're still going for a little bit longer. For a little, I know we've been going long tonight, a long time. A lot of donations tonight. I got paid well for staying long. The Yojimbo is sweet. I shall have one someday. How? It's out of your price range, bees. How? No, the Yojimbo is awesome. That has like one of the best detents from Spyderco. I tried, and you know what? I tried the carbon fiber version and the G10 version. I've tried both of them. The carbon fiber version, I'm normally like, I mean, I like carbon fiber. It's not that I don't like carbon fiber, but holy shit, was that one so much better than the G10 version. It was so good. Remember to watch some of Zach's stuff after the show or tomorrow. Definitely go and check out Zach's stuff. Thank you, Fiend. Always go and support the Zach. Be interesting to get a bunch of knives, different steels, all same models, and have them make rotations to a bunch of YouTubers and rate what they think the steel is. Oh, you mean without them knowing what the steel is? They wouldn't be able to guess. Nope, not a chance. Nope, not a chance. Most people couldn't tell. The thing is that there's so many steels that are similar to one another that you could like there would be a few people that would be in a ballpark. Like if you said I don't know, like you could maybe do like say like if you said like, I think it's like 154 cm, but it's really something similar, like RWL 34 or something, like you could kind of get away with that stuff, but it's tough, man. You really have to do a lot of sharpening and a lot of cutting to really feel, because a without sharpening it, and I mean sharpening it, and really feeling it on the steel, that'd be one thing, and then doing a controlled test, it'd be very difficult, because the controlled test would give you an idea of the edge retention, and the sharpening would give you an idea of like the area of steel it's in. But you could easily mistaken some steels for others just depending on the heat treat, and it'd be very difficult, very, very difficult. Shane, you remember the word of the day actually was DLC. So let's do it. DLC. What is DLC? So we're gonna do it a little different. We're gonna do what is DLC, but then compare it to let me just pull it up. PVD coding. So PVD. You know what? Actually, I had it pulled up where I could do this one. Was it this one? All right. PVD, or physical vapor deposition, is a process which vaporizes a number of metals and then binds it on a surface in layers in a heated vacuum. DLC, or diamond like carbon, everybody says diamond like coating, but it's actually diamond like carbon, is a different way to use the PVD process. The main difference being that instead of spraying on a group of metals, DLC uses a form of carbon. Once the carbon is blasted onto the surface, it is cooled down extremely quick, somewhat similar to how synthetic diamonds are made. So, which process is better? DLC is generally tougher and more wear resistant. There are many stories to be found about a PVD job that has begun to wear around the edges in under a year. That said, there are lots of businesses that do these coatings that are not created equal, kind of like heat treats, right? Some are better than others. That's okay. Someone incompetent doing a DLC coating could be far worse than an expert finishing shop doing a PVD coating. But best compared to best, DLC is going to be better. But DLC is going to help protect your knife from corrosion, protect it from a lot of different things, from the environment, and it's going to make your blade, it can make your blade a little slicker, so it passes through things without as much resistance. And obviously it makes a coating and can be polished, and it's a very thin layer that is very, very durable. It's called diamond like because it's almost as hard as a diamond. It's extremely hard and tough. PVD coating is not as tough, especially from my experience. It's still a great coating and still does a fantastic job, but it's not as good as DLC. Both of them are very good, though, especially on blades that are going to be in bad environments. If I remember correctly, the Tinifer coating on a Glock is a kind of DLC. Yeah, actually, the thing I read there, it explains that they use the DLC on lots of firearms, on watches, some other kinds of jewelry, not only because it creates a great barrier, but also because it looks cool. But like with a firearm, you got to understand all the friction and moving parts, that it's going to be the best case scenario, is going to be the DLC. I know how hard it is not to say something to you. Oops. Brandon, I just want to point out my restraint. Okay. Mr. Shane, the word of the day is stink bridge. What's the definition? Q1 back in the day, Glock had different coatings, but they had to stop using it for some reason. I think it had something in it that's now banned. Really? I did not know that. Did not know that. Glock, I guess they could use it on the barrel because a lot of Glocks are made out of, that one stuff. So they weren't metal, but the barrel and everything is. So the things you learn, right? All right. Fuck all that. I heard Mike Elmler say that the coating is so thin that it can actually rust through the coating sometimes. I don't doubt that stuff like that can't happen. I just think that you have a way better case scenario of it not happening. I mean, that's what it's for. It is to protect it from moisture, because it is, and like the thing said, that's the thing. Like the thing just said, there's going to be different qualities. One company that does an expert job is going to be far, far, far superior to somebody who is inadequate. So, I wouldn't doubt that somebody doing a shit job is going to get shit results, and it's not going to protect the coating as good as somebody who does a really good job. And when it's done right, you probably can expect that it's very hard to penetrate, and you're going to get the results you want where moisture can't get past that barrier. You want to get a 10 millimeter Glock here soon? Nice. The 20, I believe. The Glock 20. Yeah, I don't mind PVD coatings. I think PVD coatings are good. But I do prefer DLC. DLC, you can get a better shine on it too. It looks really, really good. Medford does a really good deal with their PVD. They can make it pretty shiny, But DLC, man, when it's done right, it's like a mirror. Like it's really, really nice looking. Like if you look at what Rockstead does with theirs, holy shit. They do an incredible job. I know the surface is already mirror polished, so that's going to add into that. But there are some companies that do a really good job. Stink bridge, the part of your body between the gooch and the booty hole. He was talking about the different coatings like ceramic, DLC, painted, and other coatings, and what protects the best. Yes. Okay, so Glock's Tenifer coating contains cyanide. Oh, and the EPA stopped them using it in the U.S., so they switched to a new form of Tenifer coating without it. Nice to know. Nice to know. 1911. Seal it in a block of epoxy, and it will still rust on. You guys, wait till you guys see the unboxing that I sent Lefty recently. Got him. I'll just let you guys see that. Hopefully he does the unboxing on camera. He might not have, but either way, he'll get the joke. He'll get it. I'm going to say to my woman later tonight, it's time to lick the clit, butthole, and stink bridge all at once. Come on, baby. You missed the stink bridge, baby. Where are you guys taking this channel? What do you? This is a knife channel, you guys. Come on, settle down. Settle down. Q1, that sounded right, brother. I like many, many pew-pews, just like knives. I think a lot of people do. YouTube just doesn't like them back. I think they let some channels get away with it, but for the most part, they're not allowing any new channels to talk or. Like I know a couple channels that do very, very well, but a lot of them are sponsored. So they did well until YouTube started not banning, but stopping them from being monetized. And now since they had such a large platform, it's easy for them to get sponsored, which is what everybody wants eventually, right? Like anybody would love to have both, where they could be monetized and get an advertisement, where they can get somebody to pay them for each video to say, hey, this video is sponsored by Civivi Baby Banter. The Civivi Baby Banter is blah, 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 blah. And it's a really good thumb stud knife with Nitro V steel, G10 handle, steel liner lock, and a steel deep carry clip that's inset and is reversible. But to get to that point to where the companies are paying you $1,000 a video to advertise their shit, or however much, I don't know how much. That's a long journey. That's a long journey, and you got to have a lot of subs to get to that point. Like you can get little companies to give you like $100 or something to sponsor a video, because then what they'll do, or a few $100, whatever. Because then what they do is they take the video, you get to use it on your platform, and then they share it on other shit. They make an ad out of it. They do things with it. So, yeah, Demo Ranch does well, but it's sponsor money, right? Big time sponsor money. Right, exactly. He does very good. That one dude, are you ready? I love that guy. What's his name? Edward oh man, Edward something. I love his channel. He's always shooting through things. Are you ready? And he's with his buddy. It's very hard to monetize our videos. See, with this community right now, you can get monetized as long as you have 4,000 hours, and you have to have at least 4,000 hours of content and 1,000 followers. If you have that, you can get monetized. Now, growing it and having YouTube share it is another story. You have to be not clickbaity, but you have to have good, you have to get people. The thing is like I was just saying earlier, it's all about how many people will see your thumbnail and click on it. If people see your thumbnail and scroll past it, the more times that happens, the less chances you have of YouTube sharing your shit. They're not going to do it. Just like the more people that have the bell hit. If you have the bell hit and then it comes on and you don't watch it, YouTube's less likely to push it. It's all about you guys. That's what it's about. It's literally all about you guys. The more you guys push the content by pushing the button and watching it, and just like also if you just push the button and then click off, you don't do anything. You got to watch it and, give it a little time so that YouTube recognizes that you watched it or watched some of it. They want to make money. That's the thing. They want their best chances of you watching an ad, and your best chances are if you watch the video or if you clicked on it, then, if you see the ad and click on the ad or watch the ad or whatever, then, or even if you don't and you just watch the video but you at least skip the ad, they think they got a better chance of the next person watching it. But if you're not even willing to click on it, then they're like, fuck, man, the chances of other people clicking on it are none. My channel is about close to 2K, but even with that, I don't have yet got a penny from Google. You gotta become a YouTube affiliate. So you have to sign up. They won't just give it to you. You have to sign up for it. So you have to contact YouTube and go through your thing and become an affiliate with YouTube. And then they will check out your channel. It'll take about two weeks or something like that. So after about 2 weeks, they'll review your channel, and then they'll, let you know if it's worthy. And as long as you don't cross any of the guidelines, and it's, does all their guidelines, and they'll monetize it. Oh, shit. Ha ha ha. Hope you had a Thanksgiving. Thank you, Mike Elmer. Thank you. Yeah, everybody in here said they gave me all your donations. They said they were going to use them on yours, but I've been in here so long that they just gave them all to me. I don't even know how many donations we got today, Big Daddy. We got a lot. Christmas is going to be good this year. 14C28N God tier. What's up, Mike? I was talking about you earlier. Nothing good, but talking about you. Mr. Aprigo, as you have the bear, I will bring the... Mr. Aprigo, as you have the beer, I will have the fun. I don't know I don't know much about steel making, but would it be possible to make a powdered steel version of 14C28N? I don't know. I don't know if that'd be any good. Okay, so first of all, I honestly don't know. It does have a pretty fine grain structure already, and it's a really tough steel. So I think it might possibly not improve it. I don't know how that would work, to be honest. I don't know that much either, so I couldn't really go in depth. But I do know, though, it already has the properties that you would want from powdered steel. So I don't know if it would benefit it at all. It might actually hurt it. There are some times when you make a steel, in my opinion, because everybody's different, right? Some people would rather toughness than, say, sharpness or something. So, but in my opinion, sometimes when you get too fine grained of a structured steel, when you sharpen it, it takes away the level of bite it gets. And I don't know if it's because the edge stability goes down. I'm not positive of why. Or maybe it's because the carbites are, even though it has the same amount of carbites, it's smaller, because instead of it being larger carbites, it's going to be powdered form, so they're going to be finer. And so maybe since that's the case, you're not getting as much bite because they're smaller. And if they were bigger, because like I've said many times, like with CPM 154, I personally think 154 CM takes a way better edge than CPM 154 because of the carbites are bigger. Not that there's more, they're just larger. But yeah, nitrogen steel, I think Nitro V is very similar to 14C, but yeah, I guess I just don't know enough to really speak on it too much like that. There's still a lot I'm learning too. I hope Magna Cut gets it where it's like S30V, S35, M390 is right now. It's going to be amazing for mass heat treating to get the way better results. Imagine custom heat treating Magna Cut. I do too. I hope that's the way it is too, because if it's as good as they say and as easy to heat treat and get it, you know, get it to be very similar, to where it's easy for them to get right every time, I think that would be amazing. But we are about to die, guys. Not literally, but my computer. I love you guys. Thank you guys for sticking with me. You guys, man, donations tonight were absolutely insane. You guys are incredible. I appreciate all the donations. I can't believe how many damn donations there were tonight. You guys are crazy. Whoever listens to this later is going to be pissed, because they're not going to get nothing from it. All they're going to get is a fucking headache. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support, all the patron members. You guys are awesome. I thank you guys for everything you guys do, for all the support. And I got the damn custom knife. It is going to one of you guys. We're just going to tune it up a little bit for you guys and make it the best giveaway yet. And maybe we'll just do 2 in a row, since we'll be right there, because we are a little late on this one. So we'll just do 2 in 1. You guys know how we do that sometimes. Just pull up 2 winners. Fuck it. We'll pull out something else good. I love you guys. Thank you to all the moderators for helping me in here. I appreciate it, man. All the help and support. I can't do this shit without you guys. And you guys make this so much better when you guys, help me out with the links and everything else and backing me up. I appreciate it. All you guys that dropped likes, thank you. Thank you for always dropping the likes. The people that watch my ads, I can't thank you guys enough. Because I know that's a headache. I know it fucking sucks, but it is a massive support to the channel when you guys do that. Thank you guys so much. And you guys don't even have to watch the ads. Just fucking click on them and click off. But click on them for a few seconds. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for using my links. Hey, thank you, man. Even if you're just buying a couch, use my link to get there. Purchase your couch. The channel definitely appreciates it. And you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Peace.